心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenty.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenty.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motive.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motive.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
Welcome, everybody. We are here live for the Yokohama Presents Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 Round 2 here at the cloudy but beautiful Bihoku Highland Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. But before we get started off to introduce these drivers right here, if I could just have everybody stand and for the national anthem.
国歌斉唱です。帽子を取り、皆さんご起立ください。
Thank you all for standing and representing Japanese national anthem. So here we are today here at the Bihoku circuit. Let's go ahead and get this driver's introduction started.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and introduce you guys, the guys that are going to be battling it out, going for the top spot here at Bihoku Highland Circuit for the top 16 battles. Let me go ahead and start facing the car in the track from the judging stand all the way to the left. This man won the last event at FDJ2 Ebisu Circuit, qualifying first and winning first there. Also qualifying yesterday, number 1. Right now they are getting his car ready, and Team Cusco is getting his car fixed up, changing his clutch and whatnot. But he also qualified yesterday first. Is he going to do a back-to-back win here at Bihoku Circuit? Car number 771, Yoshitatsu Kaneda, driving the Cusco Racing Toyota 86. So Kaneda will be having a bye run for his top 16 run, but he will have to make sure that the car makes it to the bye run. So the car is being worked on right now by his team. Let me go ahead and introduce you the second battle here at FDJ2, round 2. He was ranking 8th in the qualify yesterday, driving the Awa Tire Racing S14 Sylvia. This is car number 212, Ryotaro Oe.
And competing in this first battle that we have for today is going to be the STF and Wise Factory Eternal 180SX number 1, Asuka Shirozaki.
Introducing the third battle of the top 16. This guy was 4th place in qualify yesterday, driving the beautiful JCX 100 Mark II. Team Village Up, car number 6, Kei Murakami.
Competing against him, may have faced some damage during practice, but he's not stopping there with the D-Dash Racing S15 number 52, Konosuke Fujimoto.
Driving another JZX 100 Mark II. This car is with Team Kaname with TM Labo. Car number 728, Tomoki Wada.
Competing with the Artis and TM Labo and Madi Zeknova JZZ30 Soarer, number 570, Yuichi Miyasaka.
Is this man going to be on the top spot here? Because he was 2nd place, the runner-up from last round, also qualifying 2nd yesterday at the qualify. He is with Team Good Ride with Kindai, driving the S15 Sylvia, car number 11, Mao Yamanaka.
He's going to give a fight for his money right here with the K's Racing S14. It's going to be number 66, Ryuma Okada.
Qualifying 7th yesterday, car number 72, driving his beloved S13 Sylvia, Team Tanematsu Thunderbird, Tomoharu Nishizaki.
In this Team Kazuma with Madi's 8.6 crazy build, number 12, Nagayasu Miyagi.
Here's another big body JZX 100 Chaser, qualifying 3rd from yesterday's qualify with Team Kazama, car number 75, Koji Nagase.
And a car you don't see too often out on the track, but you slowly are starting to see more and more with the Cusco Racing GR Yaris, number 772, Arisa Mizuhara.
And the last battle for the top 16, this driver drives with aggression. He was 6th in the qualify from yesterday, driving the Vehicle Rise Works S13 Sylvia. Car number 829, Junichi Takahashi.
And last but not least, with the OS Gaiken Sonoko Kamui Produce Valenti Duck Clan 8.6, very bright, very ready to go, number 480, Hideyuki Shibata.
Man, I am looking forward to these battles today. This is the second round of FDJ2. We have so much talent here. We're going to have a bye run for the first battle, but I think the rest of it's not going to be an easy path for all these drivers.
Exactly. These drivers are ready to go. The practice that they had is awesome, especially since the track dried up. They're ready to go, fired up. So I'm definitely ready to see this party to get started.
Let's see some drifting. Let's go, guys.
Some amazing tandem battles today. And you know what's crazy is there's actually 5 new cars this round from round 1. So it's definitely going to be exciting seeing these new cars come out, and especially on this track because it's a smaller track. It's not as intense as it was at Ebisu for round 1. So here soon we'll see the track layout and everybody's going to see. But
yeah, so compared to the last round, yes, there was a slightly longer straightaway going towards the wall. So I know it was intimidating to have to drift towards the first outer zone over there in Ebisu Circuit. But here at Bihoku Highland, it's almost like a 90-degree turn. So it's a little bit different where you're going to have to kick out a lot of angle when you're initiating for the first outer zone.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one thing I'm going to have to warn the fans out there that are watching. Coming from outer zone 1 to 2, you're definitely going to hear some insane car throttle and exhaust and tire screeching throughout here because we're right there where it is on outer zone 2.
Well, you know, the fans probably want to hear the cars more than us talking, so that might be perfect for them. But like, let's say the line going from outside zone 1, 2, then 3, it is going to be something that's going to be challenging for the drivers because they have to kick a lot of angle. They got to get back on throttle as soon as possible, just like any other track. Also, there is a runoff too. So yeah, you know, there's no wall there that people can just crush their car into. But at the same time, going off here is the road is a little rugged, and
it has some forgiveness, but at the same time, like you were saying, it's not 100% forgiveness.
All right, so let us go ahead and introduce ourselves before we further on.
Yeah, so if you
move on with our.
If you tuned in before, you know most likely our previous judges that we had before. So obviously, my other commentator over here, Robbie Nishida, is going to be one of the judges. But also we have Yoichi Imamura. He also does FDJ and he does the FDJ2 events. But then we have our guest judge, which is once again another Formula Drift Japan driver. It's going to be Tadahiro Fukada down at the end.
Yeah. So. Fukada is, I think, one of the only drivers. Oh, there you are.
Here he is. You
Hello,
can see
guys.
him down there.
Once again, this is Kenny Harris, you know, commentating here with me, Robbie Nishida. I'll also be judging and commentating. And right next to me is Yoichi Momura, just as you said. And all the way on the end over there is Tadahiro Fukada, which is also a current FD Japan driver. So he is here to help us out with the judgment for the FDJ2 guys. Fukada is one of the drivers that actually made it to all the FD Japan events for the past 6 years or so.
Yeah, he's a veteran. He's been here since day one. So.
And he also just podiumed.
He did.
Yeah, he just podiumed at Ebisu. So good luck to him for the rest of the season as well.
Most definitely. I must say, though, you know, I like talking to him because he makes an attempt to, you know, speak to me and everything.
Yeah, so if you guys ever see him around, go ahead and speak to him.
In English. There you go.
And also Yoichi, too. Speak to him in English and say what's up if you ever see him. If you guys ever come to visit us in FD Japan or any of the FD Japan, FDJ2 rounds. But the FDJ2 is basically the same as the Formula Drift USA Pro Spec, which was used to be called the Pro 2. Now it's called the Pro Spec. So these FDJ2 drivers will be competing in FDJ2. The top, I believe, 8 or 10. I think it was, yeah. The drivers will be rewarded FD Japan license. So from next year, after they get the licenses, they'll be able to compete with the FDJ drivers.
Well, what I like about FDJ2 is the different assortment of tracks that we set up at. Like, for instance, we talked about earlier, Bihoku is something that we haven't been at in quite some time. It's been, a few years for MSC, but Formula Drift has never actually been here to host an event. So it's very nice to see different tracks that are offered in Japan and show everybody out in the world what Japan has. Obviously, I know this is like the home of drifting, the mecca of drifting, but to see the different tracks that are set up, it's awesome.
So since we're talking about the track, I'll go ahead and try to explain to you a little about how we were judging this and how they qualified and also how they're supposed to be driving for this tandem battles that we have today for the top 16. Now, Bihoku Circuit is, like you said, there's a lot of history because they've had previous huge drifting events. A lot of guys from the south, because we're pretty much on the western, southern area of Japan. A lot of drivers come here. A lot of local drivers come here. There you go. You see the track. There is a start line. You drive down the straightaway. Drivers left, there's the outside zone 1. You have to quickly get to angle. The rate of angle is very important here. You're going to have to keep that angle, run the outside line all the way down through outside zone 2 and outside zone 3, obviously with as much angle as possible and no corrections. Then there's a quick switchback right after outside zone 3. After you hang out the angle, do a quick switchback, flick it. The outside zone 4 is really, really tricky because it actually almost it looks like you're washing out, but you have to make it in deep into the outside zone 4.
Yeah, outside zone 4, it's like a deep pocket for everybody to sweep into.
So that was for the qualify, and these guys who made it through the qualify, now they're going to be tandeming. The driver that is leading is supposed to run a closest run to 100%, 100-point run on their lead run. The chase car has to mimic every move that the lead car does and stay as close as possible within good proximity and do the same thing. They got to switch around. You have one guy leading. After you lead one run, they're going to switch. The leader will become the chase. The chase become the leader.
The only thing I want to add is that most of y'all won't see if it's just with the naked eye. If you were walking on the track itself, going from outer zone 1 to 2, that's when an actual incline occurs on the track. So when you're going from 2 to 3, outer zone 2 to 3, it's actually a little bit of an incline, and then it drops back down to outer zone 4. And like you said, it's a really tight pocket that they got to, flick back. And like you said, they have to finish within a drift. They can't go out and spin out right at the finish line because it could be an incomplete.
Exactly. As you were saying, from outside zone 1 all the way through, there is a slight uphill going up. So depending on the power and grip level of these cars, that might be a little tricky for some of the drivers. But obviously, since it is tandem, we're going to be watching the chase and lead to lead. So it's going to be lead to lead, chase to chase. Whatever car A does in their lead, we're going to compare it with the car B's lead. Vice versa. Depending on how well of a lead run they do, we want to see the chase car mimic them as much as possible.
Yes, yes. Before that, I wanted to go into about the weather. Like this morning at 7:30, it was raining. Now look at the track. It's actually dried, set up. The crew did everything they can to get the water off. So it's amazing how it is. And that's like the #1 battle we've been facing all year round between Formula Drift Japan and Formula Drift Japan 2 here, is the weather, the rain. So I'm glad to see that. We're going to see some amazing battles today, and it's going to be some killer door-to-door action. So definitely stay tuned and check us out.
Yeah, these guys are going to be comfortable driving in the dry because they're not going to have to worry about the rain today, obviously. But also at the same time, from yesterday's practice and this morning's practice, everybody couldn't get a full day's practice in the dry because the rain was getting in the way. So yes, these guys don't have as much track time as they should, but also I'm pretty sure they have a lot of experience driving, at their home track. They should be okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing some cool battles.
Exactly. Battles and cars. There's definitely different cars that we see from Formula Drift Japan and Formula Drift Japan 2. So it's awesome to see these different cars come out. And a lot of these are just like pioneers on their own. They're just kind of doing it, and they're doing it for fun.
Yep, exactly.
So it's awesome to see that, awesome to see them push it, and definitely awesome to see the different power range that we see. Because in the States, you see a lot of like V8 power and like high horsepower craziness, but here it's like they get super technical. Even with the power, they make it work for them, and it's all about their technical driving.
All right, so before we go ahead and see some cool driving, we will take a very, very short break. So be ready for the first battle of our top 16 today.
いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call it brilliant. Valendy.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Yokohama Presents Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 Round 2 here at Bihoku Highland Circuit. Looks like the cars are ready to go and ready to show us some amazing drifting today.
Yeah, so kicking off the top 16 is going to be a buy run by Yoshitatsu Kaneda. Kaneda is a threat to all of the drivers because, I mean, he qualified first for the round 1, then he is now, and also won the round 2. So yesterday he qualified first again. And now he is going to go for the top spot here. Who's going to stop him?
Very, very impressed by his team, though. His team actually, if you guys are just now following in, they actually had to do a clutch swap out during the break. So
yeah, and it was a short break too.
Yeah, about less than an hour or about an hour or so. So definitely hands down to the behind-the-scenes action with their team back there with Team Cusco. So let's see what he's going to do for his buy run. See if he's going to show out or just kind of give us the plain Jane, but I don't think he'll ever give us the plain Jane.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for it. I mean, this is an opportunity for the driver too, because sometimes you think about it, you're not battling anybody. So it's hard to, see what you're going to do for top 8. But this might be a little bit of a practice time for him.
There he comes right here. Sweeping into outer zone 2 right there to outer zone 3. And here's where he's got to flick back for outer zone 4.
He didn't go it as hard as he was for qualifying, also for the practice that I seen earlier, but definitely had a lot of angle, and he kept it very smooth from middle of the first turn going through outside 2 and 3.
And yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have a live stream for the qualifying, but he literally skimmed by the skin of his teeth just to get first place because he got an 89, but along with him getting an 89 was Yamanaka, which Yamanaka took second place last event.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got an 89 too, but it was between that second factor of their qualifying run is what put him in first.
Yeah, so the second best run for Kaneda was slightly better than Yamanaka, which put him in the first spot. And I'm pretty sure Yamanaka is wanting to get his revenge from last round since he did qualify second and ended up being second last round too.
Most definitely. He did say that during the interview. So we'll see what he's going to do today. I know he came out during the practice runs, given everything he's got. So he's definitely understood the track and he's ready to go.
And before we see any of those battles, let's go ahead and go to the second battle of our top 16. We have Ryotaro Oe. He is 24 years old and his father is a FDJ driver.
Yeah, Fujinaka's his father, so it's definitely cool to see a family, get family aspect to it all and carrying it through. But I asked him, I was like, hey, why didn't you make it to Ebisu, round 1 or whatever? And he explained to me that his dad had to show up and then a week later to turn around and do the trip again. It was just too much on everything involved. So this track is definitely way down south. So and then you're looking at Ebisu way up north. There's like a 14-hour difference or something.
All right, going against Ryotaro Oe is Asuka Shirozaki. She is one of the 2 female drivers we have in the top 16 today, and she is driving the STF garage vehicle.
180SX right here.
Yeah, and as we speak, it's starting to slightly sprinkle, so I am sitting here with my fingers and toes crossed that this just will go away. So here we go.
Here we
First
come
battle,
right
official battle of top 16.
Oe coming in right here. Initiating in the outer zone 1. Coming through to outer zone 2. Ooh, dipping 3 tires right there in outer zone 2. And bringing it back around right there. Shirosaki trying to keep right up against him, but definitely had a little bit of a gap there throughout the track.
All right, so not a good start for Oe. He was leading, and I'm going to have to go ahead and check to see what happened here at outside zone 2. It looks like his he went a little bit too, he washed out a little bit too much, and it looks like it might be 3 tires off. He also misses outside zone 4 there. Shirosaki kind of keeps her distance, but does a good job of staying in the motion of drift. So it looks like Oe had 3 tires off in front of the outside zone 2, and it looked like he almost straightened out going from outside zone 2 to 3. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen after they switch.
So just like you said, now Shirosaki's going to have to do her thing as a lead run, the best run she could do, and make Oe do a nice clean chase here.
All right, and also we were just checking out the replay, and it looks like Shirosaki kind of straightened out as well.
Right there at outer zone 2.
So it kind of looks like a very sloppy run by both of the drivers. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen when Shirosaki's leading Oe on their second run.
Looks like they're getting the green light to go. And here they come right here. Shirosaki in the lead and Oe on the chase. Coming in nice, initiating into outer zone 1, carrying through to outer zone 2 right here. Nice proximity by Oe right there, trying to close it a little bit more right here into outer zone 4. Beautiful job right there.
That
wow.
was a beautiful tandem run. I'm going to have to go ahead and evaluate both of the lead runs and chase runs, but it looks like it's not good for the first, or it doesn't look good for both the drivers for the first battle. I'm going to go ahead and check out the lead and run here to see what's going to happen. Right here, very smooth. Not a high rate to angle by Shirosaki, but Oe was right there behind her. She does an outside line right there, boom, outside zone 2 and 3, and makes it all the way out to outside zone 4, and that was pretty hard for some of these drivers to do it, but at the same time, Oe was right there, not giving her any kind of room. Obviously, any good tandem has to happen with a good lead run.
Exactly, and this is actually their first appearance here in the top 16 for FDJ2, so good job on Oe on the chase, but definitely it's got to be a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase comparison to get this rule. So we'll have to see here. Here's another replay, another look at Shirosaki's lead run with Oe right here on the chase. Waiting on the judges, see what they got to say.
Yeah, so very smooth run by both drivers, and it's kind of feels good to see a tandem battle here.
Here goes Yoichi Mamura wants it one more time. Fukada wants it one more time, and Robbie's going to say one more time. So one more time. So definitely, it was like you said. Go ahead and give us what you have.
Yeah, so I know that it may have looked like Oe running the weird line in front of Shirosaki. Maybe the lead car caused the chase car to kind of mess up, but at the same time, they weren't that close. So we figured that those were both independent incompletes from the first run for the lead car and the chase car. And both lead and chase for the second run, they did a smooth job, and they did a great job. So we're going to have to go ahead and...
Like a cancellation of
yeah,
each, so there you go.
it's just canceled, so we're just going to see it one more time.
So moving on to our next battle, it's going to be with number 6, Kei Murakami, against number 52, Konosuke Fujimoto. So Murakami's with the Village Up Mark II right here. Beautiful green livery on it. And then you got Fujimoto in the D-Dash Racing S15. Here we go. Coming in right here to outer zone 1, taking that pylon out. Both pylons taken out right there, coming into outer zone 2. Trying to close that proximity for the chase right there, but just not quite getting there for that outer zone 4.
Good job by both of the drivers. It looked like they both went wide on outside zone 1. Let's go ahead and check out the replay here. Murakami leading in his green car, and right there looks like he goes very wide, but he actually runs the line on the outside. The tire doesn't go out. The rear bumper knocked over the outside zone cone. Looks like Fujimoto was a little bit, he ran more of an outside line on the outside zone 1. And the proximity, yeah, it wasn't that close. He wasn't there to see. So we're going to go ahead and see. It doesn't look like Murakami was trying to run away. He was running a decent amount of angle and the outside line for his lead run. So
we'll have to see right here what Fujimoto's going to do for his lead run, while Murakami right here is going to be on the chase.
And you know what you have to, or just from Ebisu round, Fujimoto was actually 4th place. He missed being on the podium.
Yes,
from the
you're
last
right, you're
round,
right.
just by one place. So.
And luckily earlier during practice he sustained some damage, but it wasn't significant enough to make a difference. So here we go right here. Fujimoto right here. Whoa, nice crazy angle coming into outer zone 1. Missing outer zone 2 right there, and then sweeping back around. But man, Murakami trying to keep in that same bit of distance right there.
All right, so I guess depending on the judge, they will have to evaluate the way Fujimoto made the entry. And yes, we are not looking for backwards entries, so it looks like he over-rotated a little bit too much, where he had to fix his angle going to outside zone 2, misses outside zone 2 a good amount, and also outside zone 3. Doesn't fill the zones correctly, so even though Murakami wasn't right behind him, he was just keeping his distance and just drifting, doing his own thing. Fujimoto looked like he was missing all zones, and that might have been caused because he didn't initiate as how he wanted.
Exactly, and we've said that time and time, you know, once you start off and you throw a bad line, it kind of throws you off for the rest of the zone. So definitely hard to catch himself for Fujimoto right there whenever he did that hard entry into outer zone 1. But let's see what the judges have to say. Drivers ready for the results.
Yeah, speaking of which, Murakami...
here we go. Yoichi Nomura is going to go left. Fukada's going to go left. And Robbie's going to go left with Murakami right here. He's going to be pushing on to the Great 8.
Yeah, and I think all the judges had to make this decision because of Fujimoto's entry. And looking at it overall, it looked like Murakami had put together the track a little bit better than Fujimoto. So, hey, the 4th place driver from last round is knocked out here at top 16. But better luck for Fujimoto for the next round. And let's see who Murakami will go against next. Is it going to be Tomoki Wada or Yuichi Miyasaka?
So lined up, like you just said, number 728, Tomoki Wada in the Mark II JZX 100, going against this insane built soar right here by Miyasaka. And here they come, coming into the 3-2-1. The outer zone 1. Chase is trying to get there. Ooh, dipped a few tires in the outer zone 2, trying to kick up with him, but Wada's just pushing and trying to give him the best lead run that he can.
Okay, so let me go ahead and explain a little bit about these runs. Number 1, Wada was leading, but his initiation, the rate to angle isn't too high. So he kind of comes in, drags on the e-brake, and kind of runs a shallower line and angle through outside zone 1. Then right here, Miyasaka makes an attempt to get closer, but he gets washed out over here after outside zone 2 and has to make a correction to get back on the line he wants to be at. So kind of a messy run by both drivers, but no major mistakes, making any incompletes or anything. So we're going to have to go ahead and have that in mind and see what's going to happen when they switch places.
So we'll have to see here what Miyasaka's going to do while Wada's going to be on the chase.
Yeah, so just double checking where Miyasaka was 2 tires off actually outside zone 2, and he kind of washed out towards the end of outside zone 2. So,
Yeah, during round 1, we were talking about Miyasaka's sore. I know you have a soft spot for sores and everything, but he actually originally built that for his son.
yeah,
And then
I mean, every round, the more I look into it, I see a family team coming to compete, and also like a father and kid relationship. So here we go.
here we go right here. Tables are turned now. Wada's on the chase right here, trying to keep up with him, close that proximity on him. Oh, definitely made a huge correction right there, coming into outer zone 2. Miyasaka right here. Ooh, dipping right there a little bit, but luckily not losing it. So like last battle is just back and forth. Here it is again, back and forth on this transition.
All right, so I'm going to have to go ahead and evaluate the mistakes, how severe the mistakes are. Here we go. Miyasaka initiates, and not a huge angle, but right here, Wada straightens right there, right before outside zone 2. And basically, that would be an incomplete, even though Miyasaka's line wasn't too good at outside zone 1 and also outside zone 3. We're going to have to probably give Wada an incomplete for that run. And going back to the earlier run where Miyasaka was chasing, Miyasaka did go off course 2 tires, but he didn't completely straighten. He had to correct himself, but he didn't completely straighten from outside zone 2 to 3. So we're going to have to make our call.
So Yoichi Mimura with Miyasaka, Fukadas, and Robbie. So Misaka is going to be pushing through to the Great 8.
So Miyasaka
Yuichi Miyasaka.
kind of got saved right now by Wada's mistake, and Wada could have had it, but he did make a huge mistake going from outside zone 1 to 2. So better luck for him for the next round.
And we talk about it all the time. Those small mistakes can make a big difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's go back to the one more time battle that we have here with Ryotaro Oe versus Asuka Shirozaki.
Definitely pressure coming back with it one more time.
Yeah, because think about it. These two drivers, one of them are going to be going against the first qualifier of yesterday, Kaneda.
Exactly, and this is their first appearance here in the top 16. So here you go. Let's see what Oe is coming in right here, throwing some angle into outer zone 1, coming into outer zone 2 to fill it. Shirosaki right there trying to close that proximity gap, but just not being able to go, and washing out a little bit right there into outer zone 4.
She made it in. That wasn't a spin out. She did go off course a little bit, but that's a little after the finish line, so we will keep that in mind as well. But here we go. Looks like Oe had a jump on her, so Shirosaki kind of got left behind on the straightaway, and she is trying her best to keep up, but Oe is actually looking really good right here. He's filling the outside zones, fills outside zone 3, and kind of misses outside zone 4, and this is where Shirosaki goes, gets washed out slightly after the finish line. So I think she is trying to keep up with him and slowly closes the gap towards the end of the track, but it doesn't look like it was enough.
Definitely was able to hang on right at the end right there. So looks like they're taking care of her car. Not sure if the bumper came off or what, coming out of the drop in the back end there out of zone 4. There you go. You can see it on the camera now. So not sure if she took in a tire or what happened there.
I think they took some of the dirt off or something.
Oh, okay.
Or I think.
I
So
just
it
saw him
doesn't-
toss a
yeah.
tire, and I was like, did she take on a tire?
Oh, okay, maybe there is a small tire or something, because I mean this is a fairly not a super huge track, so you do see some tires sitting on the sides. That's to keep the boundaries of the track clear for the drivers and the riders that are driving through here. So, but like I said, this track was, you said, when was it built? It was like in.
It was 1983 is
83,
whenever
right?
it actually opened up, and it's actually a drift, grip, and gymkhana track. And you can see in the distance, probably here soon in the camera, to the left, you can actually see some cars whipping past, because that's actually track A over there, I believe. Because there's a track A and a track B, so.
Yeah, yesterday we were able to go to track A, and they saw some guys having a good time over there, drifting as well. So, I mean, mainly I think drifting is being, or has been, one of the main sports that people enjoy here at this track.
So it looks like they're lined up, ready to go. Oe is going to be on the chase while Shirosaki is going to be on the lead.
So both drivers looking really smooth for their first run. Looking forward to how they will drive for their second.
And here they come right here into the 3-2-1. Shirosaki coming into outer zone 1. And right there's Oe once again right there getting close, trying to close that proximity coming into outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. And Shirosaki right there pushing away. And Oe taking a tighter line trying to get closer to it right there in the outer zone 4.
All right, so here the replay. Shirosaki has been very smooth for her lead and chase runs. Here we go. Not a high rate of angle going through outside zone 1, but very smooth line, making it all the way out to the outside zones. Fills outside zone 3. It looks like Oe takes a slightly shallower line, but I think that's sacrificing the line for him to be able to get a little bit closer to the lead. Yeah, so that's the proximity where he had to actually
Definitely not an easy one. Definitely a good one more time run right there by the two drivers. But we'll have to see here how the judges are taking a look at both lead to lead and run to, chase to chase comparison.
And
Yoichi Mimura going left with Oe, and Robbie and Fukada going with Oe. So Oe is going to be pushing on to the Great 8 against Kaneda.
Yeah, and I think speaking on behalf of the other judges too, I think the only difference that they had was Oe's run from initiation. He was a little bit more aggressive for the rated angle. And also, there was a slight distance between Shirosaki and Oe when Shirosaki was behind. But Oe was a little bit closer, had better proximity than Shirosaki did when she was leading. Or I'm sorry, when she was chasing. So, I mean, great job by both drivers and better luck for her next time. But very smooth runs. Oe is going to be battling Kaneda for the top 8, the first round of Grade 8.
So there we go. And that's actually our first, our left side is already done of our what is it called? Bracket.
Bracket, yeah.
So we're going to be moving on to the right side of our bracket, which is going to be against number 11, Mao Yamanaka, which he qualified number 2 and finished number 2 at Ebisu first round. So
yeah, so he qualified yesterday. Second, son of Kenji Yamanaka, which is he's an ex-FD USA driver too, so a lot of you may know him. That is his son. He's, I think, about 24 years old, very young. Going against him is Ryuma Okada, driving the S14, qualified 15th yesterday.
Here they go, coming in right here, an S15, S14 coming through the outer zone 1 right there. Nice little dip in the outer zone 2 right there. And man, Okada right there trying to close that proximity towards the end. And oh! Taking out the pylon right at the finish, and looked like
that was
two tires or something came out.
Yeah, that was a very, very small line by Okada at the last turn of the track outside zone 4. Let's go ahead and check this out. Looks like Yamanaka does a great job here. Good angle, good rate to angle. Okada is a smaller line. Yamanaka doesn't feel outside zone 3 as much, but right there, Okada's way off, and I'm going to have to say he was off course because that is not the part of the track that we want the drivers to be at. So it looks like he was 4 tires out there. So that's probably going to be an incomplete for Okada giving chase. But since we have to do lead to lead, chase to chase, we would have to go ahead and evaluate Yamanaka's lead run. I think it was a fairly clean run by, or actually, you know what? That might be 2 tires.
Yeah, definitely. He flicked it really hard right there after transitioning from outer zone 3 to 4. So
yeah, so what's going to happen is Okada's just going to have to run the closest to a 100-point run, and Yamanaka, obviously, for him to move on, he's just going to have to do a decent run and make no mistakes. But at the same time, you don't want an inactive chase either.
Exactly. So here comes Yamanaka on the chase and Okada on the lead. I have a feeling Yamanaka's going to be right there to close that proximity just to get that practice. And here they go, coming into outer zone 2. Yamanaka closing that proximity, coming into outer zone 3. And Okada trying to give that nice 100-point run, but definitely not being able to get all the way out there to outer zone 4.
All right, so the huge mistake Okada made when he was chasing is going to affect this call. But I would have to say both the drivers did a great job for the second run. Okada makes a nice initiation right there, fills the zone. Yamanaka not super close, but also starts to creep up to him by the time he gets to outside zone 3. Nice switchback by both drivers and great proximity by both drivers going through the finish line. Looks like Okada did dip a tire when he was leading right here at outside zone 2. And here is our call.
Yoichi Imamura is going to go left with Yamanaka. Fukada's going to go with Yamanaka, and Robbie's going to with Yamanaka right there is going to be pushing on to the gray 8.
Yamanaka gets the win, and he is moving forward to get his revenge, actually, as he was saying earlier.
Yes.
But I think Okada had a very rough weekend trying to get his runs together. But right now, just looking at his run, it looked it was a very great, smooth run for him. So next time, hopefully, he could do it earlier in the round. And looking forward to seeing him at the next round.
Yeah, definitely. The first portion of this track was definitely giving him a hard time, but he definitely got that under control, but struggled toward the end right there. So lined up next is going to be number 72, Tomoharu Nishizaki right here in his S13, going against number 12, Nagayasu Miyagi right here in his 8.6.
Yeah, so Nishizaki has owned this car for 27 years. He bought this S13 brand new, going against Dr. Miyagi. Let's see how this is going to be.
And here they go right here, and this is actually Nishizaki's home course right here. Coming in right here to outer zone 2. Beautiful proximity right there. Trying to close it in a little bit more to make it look better, and right there at the end, finishing strong by both individuals. But yes, like I was saying, this is actually Nishizaki's actually like home turf, I guess you could say.
Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Great job by both drivers. Looks very smooth right here. Slight gap by the drivers. Miyagi runs a slightly small line from the outside zone 1 to 2, but makes it all the way out to outside zone 2. Nishizaki's doing his own thing in front, runs a very great line leading. He fills all the zones correctly. Decent amount of angle through the track. So not a huge flare in flicking the car, but very clean run by Nishizaki, and Miyagi staying within proximity for attack. So let's go ahead and see what's going to happen when Miyagi leads and Nishizaki chases.
So yeah, Nishizaki, this is his first event here with Formula Drift Japan or FDJ2. Due to the long distance, because he's from Okayama, so he didn't want, the travel time is like what 12 plus hours. So
yeah,
it's definitely hard on moving your whole team up there and everything. So, but definitely glad he's out here for round 2. But here they come right here with Miyagi in the lead, coming in with nice initiation, coming into outer zone 1. Nishizaki needs to close that proximity to Miyagi, but Miyagi doing a beautiful run right here, finishing off strong into outer zone 4. And that car is a beast.
All right, so it looks like Miyagi has a jump on Nishizaki from the start right here, creates a gap over there. Miyagi not a great rate to angle, but looks like Nishizaki washes out a little bit and tries to gain proximity. So by him trying to gain proximity, he has to run a slightly smaller line and shallower angle. Looks like Miyagi is doing a great job in front, giving enough angle, and also running the outside line. So very, very close battle by both drivers. The only difference that I see is Nishizaki is a little bit more smoother, and there's better proximity by Miyagi.
So we'll see here. Judges putting their votes in. Drivers ready to hear the results. And I'm ready to give the announcement.
This is a pretty close one, though, in my opinion.
Here we go. Yoichi Imamura is going to be one
go.
more time. Fukada one more time, and Robbie one more time. Like you said, it was a good battle between the two.
It was a good battle, and I think the only difference that I was telling you is Nishizaki ran a better line when he was leading. Miyagi looks like he was a little bit faster, and he gave a little bit of a gap to Nishizaki. So what's going to happen is Nishizaki is going to try to close the gap next time, and Miyagi for his lead run, if he runs a slightly better lead run than he had earlier with a little bit more angle, I think we're going to have a different result.
Most definitely, but man, we're getting a lot of one more times. There's a lot of good runs. We definitely did call that shot right there. We said it's going to be some good runs today, some amazing driving.
Yeah, and watching practice, I mean, to be honest, the rain and everything, it was just kind of making everybody shaky. And I didn't even know if they were going to be able to put together such tandem runs like as I'm seeing right now, but these are some great runs that I'm seeing right here. So definitely looking forward to the talent that we have in the FDJ2 crowd.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, because definitely it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was boring, but
It
there
was a
wasn't
slow start.
it wasn't flashy or
Exactly.
anything crazy. So it is nice seeing the close proximity. I didn't think it was going to be as close as it has been, but
Yeah, I think everybody's turning it up right now.
exactly. But we have a good battle about to come up right now. So we got Koji Nagase right here in his JZX 100 Chaser going against Arisa Mizuhara right here in her Yaris, her GR Yaris, which is different. You don't see too many of these out on the tracks.
Yeah, so I think Nagase made his way up to the FDJ2 from MSC, which is another feeder series that we have for the FD Japan series. But he made an appearance there, did a great job, and I think he won the round and he made it out to FDJ2. Now he is gunning to get an FDJ license. At the same time, Arisa Mizuhara too, she's been doing well, and now she's in the FDJ2 crowd. She is gunning for the FDJ license as well.
She's definitely gunning. She said she wants to go to the U.S. to compete, so we'll see here, right here on the first one. Oh, washing it hard right here in the outer zone one right there. But here goes Nagase right there, finishing off strong in the outer zone one and holding it strong right there.
Man, it looked like Mizuhara had a slightly slow, or I'm sorry, not slower, I'm sorry, deeper, later initiation than Nagase. Let's go ahead and check this out. Nagase flicks it right around the 2 cone, and she waits all the way to the 1 cone, and I think she was carrying a little bit too much of a speed. Maybe she was trying to fill the gap in between the cars where the jump was. And right there you see Nagase just doing his own thing, filling the zones, and doing what the lead driver is supposed to be doing. This is a huge mistake made by Mizuhara here at top 16 going against Nagase. But you never know what's going to happen until the spots are turned, the tables are turned. Mizuhara will be leading Nagase next. Let's see what she will do and what she has up her sleeve going against Nagase.
Yeah, I can definitely see she had the mindset of let's come in, give it our all, and then show them what I got. But definitely, like you said, coming in way too hot there and not being able to hold on and catch through to get to outer zone 2. But Nagase here, he's been pushing it every bit of practice, every bit of the last event and this event, he's been pushing it. So definitely seeing positive things come out of him. So here we go. The tables are turned. Nagase is going to be on the chase while we got Mizuhara is going to be on the lead.
I think they're double checking her car because it did go into the gravel. So they're going to go ahead and make sure that everything is okay on the car. Thank you to the staff out here today, picking up the cones. And, you know, earlier we were out here blowing the water off the first turn so everybody can go and practice. But a lot of hustle by these guys and the guys behind the scenes, too. So thank you and congrats to everybody who made it out here. And also the drivers and the teams. The real heroes out there are everybody. So congrats to everybody for making it out.
Making this happen. And so these fans out here, thank you all for viewing, checking us out, and, you know, throwing these comments down right here. So definitely do appreciate you all watching and supporting FDJ2, which is a new series this year. It's like Robbie was explaining earlier, it's like equivalent to Pro Spec in the States.
Yeah, so this is actually the feeder series for the FD Japan series. So the top drivers will be awarded FDJ license for the following year, which is going to be 2022. And hopefully all this COVID stuff goes away because we have been missing our foreign drivers. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that are eager to want to compete in the FDJ2 rounds here in Japan too. Let's say anybody coming from Asia or maybe Australia or New Zealand.
Yeah.
We do have, you know, FDJ driver Mad Mike, Wadet, a couple of the drivers from Singapore, Benjamin and Neon, and also Maddie Hill from Australia, I believe. These are the drivers that are not being able to compete in FDJ because of the COVID situation. So maybe we'll see more foreign drivers joining us for FDJ2 next year as well.
Yes, but it looks like they're ready and lined up to go here for their second run right here on the tables being turned. So we have Mizuhara on the lead with Nagase on the chase.
And I am pretty sure she is going to give it her all. She's going to lay it down right here to show us something exciting. And Nagase is going to try to hunt her down.
And
stay within proximity.
this is a little different for her too, because she actually does Rally 2 in a Yaris.
Yeah, a four-wheel drive one.
Yeah, she said she's been doing it for 4 years. So let's see what she's gonna pull together here for her lead run. Coming into 3-2-1 to outer zone 1. Coming in. Oh, correcting into outer zone 2 right there. And ooh, definitely making a huge mistake there.
Yeah, so it does not look like Mizuhara had, or how could I explain it? I don't know if it's the nerves or something that got to her, but definitely not the way she drives usually. But that's 2 big mistakes when she's leading and also when she was chasing. So Nagase kind of gets a free pass going to the grade 8 right here because it looks like she incompleted on her first run, and it's a very close one for the second one as well. Or actually, she did a reverse drift, or she faced the other way after the outside zone too. So I would have to say this is going to be Nagase moving on right here as Imamura, Fukada, and I put our votes in right here where Nagase is going to be moving on.
So Nagase will be moving on to the grade 8. And yes, like you said, she did have some struggles going through practice and everything. But this is her first round for FDJ2. So we'll see what she's going to bring together for the next round in August.
Great hustle for her and the team. Team Cusco actually still has another car in, so they will be watching pretty sure. But great job by Nagase. Moving on to the grade 8. And before we go back to the one more time, we're going to go ahead and finish off the last battle of the top 16 here to see who Nagase will be going against for the grade 8.
So next is going to be number 829, Junichi Takahashi right here in his S13. Beautiful S13, by the way. You're going to catch it on camera here soon. And next on camera right now, you can see is number 480, Hideyuki Shibata right here in his 8.6.
That's like a blue chrome livery, so it's pretty
definitely
cool.
Flashy.
Very flashy, yeah. And like you said, Takahashi's car is very beautiful. And watching them at practice, Takahashi, very aggressive driver. He just kind of throws it in every time, wet or dry. So. And
what kind of threw me off with Shibata's cars, it's actually a 1J. So you don't, you see a lot of 2Js.
Oh, it's a 1.5J.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's a 2J block with a 1J head. And like you see, a lot of these cars, the S chassis, they still rock the SR20s. For those of you SR20 fans.
So here we go. Takahashi on the lead. Shibata on the chase right here, coming in. Takahashi definitely been flicking it into outer zone 1. Let's see what he's going to do right here, coming into outer zone 2. Shibata right there, trying to close that proximity to outer zone 4.
All right, so I would have to say Takahashi doesn't look like he was flicking it and driving as hard as I saw earlier, but I will keep that out of my head when I'm watching this. But let's go ahead and check this out. Not a huge or not a good rate to angle right there. Kind of does a later initiation at outside zone 2. Kind of misses outside zone 2 because he took a smaller line from outside zone 1 to 2. Shibata does stay within good proximity, but at the same time, Shibata also doesn't look like he runs, he's not mimicking the line that Takahashi is making after the outside zone 2 area. So we're going to have to go ahead and see what's going to happen when Shibata leads and Takahashi gives chase.
Looks like they're lined up and ready to go here. So talking to Takahashi earlier, he said he took 6 years off to, be a mechanic and kind of figure things out and everything. And he's like, you know what, I'm almost 40. I want to, get back into competitive mode. So it's definitely cool to see him out here and bringing this flair and bringing this cool car out here with these nice Watanabes he's got drawn in it. Here he is coming in right here. Shibata right there in the outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. Ooh! And Takahashi right there. Huge correction right there. Finishing it off right here in the outer zone 4. But man, that huge correction coming in outer zone 1 is definitely hurting.
All right, so Shibata is doing his thing when he is leading right here. Goes in, flicks his car, average rate to angle, kind of slides out, doesn't get right back on gas, but at the same time, Takahashi kind of loses direction, cannot keep his drift. And maybe the speed difference there, Takahashi doesn't look like he is able to carry a lot of speed, but the car looks like it gripped up a lot as well. So he had to run a very shallow line, ending up straightening out from outside zone 1 to 2. So that's going to be an incomplete for Takahashi when he is in his chase for this battle.
See the results here by the judges.
Yeah, and I'm talking about grip. Let me go.
Here we go. Yoshimura with Shibata, Fukada with Shibata, and Robbie with Shibata. So Hideyuki Shibata is going to be pushing on to the grade A. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. I mean, Takahashi doesn't look like he was running as hard as he was at practice here for the top 16. But better luck for him next time for the next round. And great job by Shibata doing his own thing. He will be going against Nagase for the grade 8. Also wanted to talk about the grip and stuff like that. This is a spec tire series. This is Yokohama present. So everybody's running the Advan 8008s. We have the Advan, the Yokohama truck over there doing the tire support for these drivers. So everybody's on the leveled
playing field.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's on the same tires. So the grip level should be equal for all the drivers, right?
You're definitely right on that. But here we go. Before we finish up on our grade 8, this is our last one more time battle coming up right here. Nishizaki and Miyagi right here on the chase. Miyagi coming in, closing that proximity.
Ooh.
Into outer zone 4 right here. And made a correction coming into that finish.
That was not a good move by Miyagi when he was chasing, but at the same time, looks like Nishizaki was kind of going all over the place after outside zone 2. Let's go ahead and check this out. Looks like Miyagi takes a smaller line here, chasing Nishizaki, but right here after outside zone 2, Nishizaki does a weird correction there, dips a tire or two off over there at outside zone 3, and Miyagi, it almost looks like a straightening, but it was a huge correction when he was chasing. I don't know if Nishizaki caught him off guard when he was coming off of outside zone 3, and he was not confident to get close to Nishizaki, and maybe that's why Miyagi made that mistake. But we'll have that in mind, and let's go ahead and see when Miyagi leads and Nishizaki chases.
Looks like they're lined up and ready to go. Like you said, Miyagi's going to be on the lead. Nishizaki's going to be on the chase.
All right, so I think car number 72 debeaded. And the rule states where if you have a debead, that's an automatic incomplete for the driver. But let me go ahead and see if that was caused by the track, because if it was caused by the track or the contact of drivers, most likely they should be able to get a replacement of the tire. But let's go ahead and give it a minute.
Yeah, because if you saw on the replay earlier, Nishizaki actually came off on outer zone 3 off the track a little there. So not sure if that led to the debeading of his tire or not, but they're going to look into that. Would definitely be rough for him if that was not caused by that and he gets an incomplete for it, because that's not the way you want to go down for one of your runs. So waiting on word here. Here's another look at it. And you can see right there when he hit that second pylon in outer zone 3, definitely a close call right there. But we'll see what the judges have to say for it. Sorry, not trying to leave the chat too quiet, but yeah, we're trying to take a good fine eye on this replay to make sure the right call is getting made, because like I said before, you do not want an incomplete on one of your runs, because that's going to drastically affect the results of the tandem battle. So if you're just tuning in, this is our last battle for the top 16 into the Great 8. And this is actually a one more time battle by the two, which is going to be Nishizaki, number 72, and number 12, Miyagi in the 8-6. So still waiting on the call. And also, if you're tuning in just now, this is actually a new series with the FDJ2 series here.
All right, sorry about that. I had to go back to the judging part of it, but we had to go ahead and evaluate what we saw on the track. But it looks like Nishizaki debeaded his left rear tire, and as I said earlier, obviously the debead is incomplete, but it looks like he ran over the cones at the outside zone 3, and that might have caused the debead. So anything that happens on the track, and if there's a debead, we're going to have to give him a chance to replace his tire to do the second battle. But at the same time, we're going to go ahead and give the other opponent driver, which is going to be Miyagi, a chance to change his tires too. So both drivers will start with fresh tires, and it'll be even. So,
luckily, with that run right there, we didn't see the effects of it until it already happened, and then the crew saw that the tire itself debeaded. So definitely his run was solid as a lead run there, but as you can see from the replay, that debeading was most likely caused by that third outer zone whenever his tire dipped out a little bit.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
And we're back here at Bihoku Highland Circuit for round 2 of the FDJ2 series with Yokohama tires here.
Yeah, great fast turnaround by Nishizaki's team. They got the tire right back on the car. He just went into the burnout box, and now they're ready to go. Miyagi is going to be on the same tires that he drove against Nishizaki. So now Miyagi will be leading, and Nishizaki will be giving chase.
So just like he kind of filled you in, if you're just tuning in, Miyagi already did his chase run right there, and now he's going to be doing his lead against Nishizaki, which he actually DB'd out of outside zone 3. But here they go right here with Miyagi in the lead.
Oh.
And looks like they got
Miyagi.
a pylon touch.
Yeah.
So here we go right now, coming back to the line. This is going to be our last battle if you're tuning in for our top 16, moving into our grade 8. We've already had one battle between the two. We did it one more time, and then Nishizaki on his lead on outer zone 3 actually DB'd his left rear tire and had to go into the pits and get that fixed due to the cause by the track. But here they are lining back up, and here we go with Miyagi right here on the lead, coming back around after the pylon touch.
And I don't know how they say it in FDUS, but you know, hitting a cone. But here they call it pylon touch.
Yes.
Pylon touch.
Cone
That's
touch?
how they say it in Japan. Yeah, cone touch.
Cone touch.
So let's see if they're gonna have a clean start here. Oh. Oh, it looks like Miyagi actually jumped the light. So that's actually 2 strikes.
So you just got to get calm and
All
collective
right,
here.
Yeah, right here. Let's take a deep breath.
Let's get this.
All right, let's get a clean start by these drivers because this is the last slot for the grade 8. Yamanaka doesn't know who he's going against yet. It's either going to be Nishizaki or Miyagi.
Making sure everything's good.
I think they're gonna. He has to line up straight because a lot of the drivers try to line up a little slanted so they can actually drive through the chicane.
Okay.
Straighter, I guess, but we want the chicanes there to actually slow down the lead car so they don't just go and run away because we don't want to see the lead car running away. We don't want to see any drag racing. We want to see drifting. So let's go ahead and see this. And there you go, clean start.
Right here, Miyagi coming into the 3-2-1, getting really aggressive. Ooh, but outer zone 1 was definitely missed right there. But coming into outer zone 2, making up right here with Nishizaki getting left right there from the jump.
That was a sloppy initiation by both drivers. Let's go ahead and check out the replay right here. And it looks like very shallow, then hits the angle by Miyagi. The lead run is very far from the outside zone 1, and looks like there is no proximity made by Nishizaki. kind of far behind. Miyagi. So very sloppy run by both drivers. Let's go ahead and check out the replay and refresh our memories from the first run by both of these drivers. The first run of the one more time.
Yes.
Right here, Nishizaki leads, Miyagi gives chase. Right here, it looks like both the drivers does a good job chasing and leading. And there you go, there's a bobble, and I think that's where there was a D-beat by Nishizaki, and towards the end, Miyagi got really small, had a mistake coming from outside zone 3 to 4. But I mean, overall, not a clean run by both drivers. The second run they have for the one more time.
So Yoichi Mamoru wants a one more time, Fukada wants a one more time, and Robbie's going to go with one more time. So this is going to be their second one more time run.
This is the second one more time run. Hopefully they get it together for the third one, or the second one more time. I mean, it was a very sloppy
and like you were saying,
lead and chase.
They both made their fair share of mistakes in that whole thing to not give a defined answer on who's going to be the winner there to push on to the grade 8.
All right, so what's gonna happen? We have the first battle of the grade 8 lined up, but we're gonna have to wait on that for just a minute because we're gonna have to go back to this one more time battle, the second one more time battle between Nishizaki and Miyagi. There you go. You see Kaneda and Oe lined up, but they're gonna have to actually pull away from the start line right now. We're gonna have to wait to finish up the last battle of our top 16. To see who's going to be going against Mao Yamanaka, which is the second qualifier. As you see on the screen, that is number 1 qualifier from yesterday, Kaneda driving the Cusco 8-6 versus the 24-year-old Ryotaro Oe, son of Fujinaka. First round for him to be in FDJ2. It's going to be exciting right there. Now, that's not a start, guys. That's not a start.
This is definitely
he's just
different.
getting out of place. Yeah, he's getting out of place. So we're going to have to go back to the second one more time battle. And, man, hopefully Nishizaki or Miyagi gets their stuff together, you know, because I know both the drivers are capable of doing cleaner runs, but look like they're both messy. And like you said, both the drivers had their own fair share of good times and bad times on their runs.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what they're going to do here. They're going to go get a tire swap out, and then they'll be coming back out to finish us off, hopefully hyping us up for this grade 8 that we're about to have hereafter. But in the meantime, looks like the sun's coming out. The weather's definitely cleared up for us, and it's actually give us a nice grace of good weather this
Maybe we shouldn't talk about the weather anymore, because the last time I did, it sprinkled a little bit, so it got me. Yeah, I got a little scared for a minute because I didn't want to see any more wet driving by these drivers. But earlier it was wet for practice, and it looked like some of the drivers were struggling through practice, but some of them were waiting for it to get a little dry so they can actually practice for their competition, because a lot of people knew that it was going to be dry today.
And then yesterday's qualifying, same thing, battling the elements between going from a wet track to a dry track to a wet track again. So these drivers definitely had their work cut out this weekend.
Yeah, so we have these drivers lined up here. Now we know who's going to be going against who.
Sorry, Robbie's fixing himself right now.
Yeah, sorry about that. My makeup
is smudging.
Makeup got smeared. But right here, going against the number 1 qualifier from yesterday is Kaneda versus Oe. That's for the grade 8. That's the first battle for the grade 8. The second battle for grade 8 is going to be Murakami versus Miyasaka. Murakami was the 4th qualifier, so he'll be leading the pack. Now,
and then coming on the right-hand side, Yamanaka right now, he doesn't know who he's going to be battling because we're waiting for that one more time to happen. But the last battle of the grade 8 is going to be Koji Nagase and then Hideyuki Shibata right there at the finish. So there you are. You can say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
The weather's nice. We're trying to wake up. We're going to get more motivated. We're ready for this grade 8 to start, but we need this one more time battle to happen. It looks like Miyagi's coming up to get his tires warmed up.
And there you go. It looks like Nishizaki is going straight.
He's ready to go.
The start line. Yeah, he's going straight to the start line. So a few more moments that we're going to know who the last driver is going to be.
So after this, since we have a little bit of time to kill, so after this, we're gonna have a pretty big extent of time off. Our next actual event is gonna be the FDJ2 Round 3, along with FDJ Round 3 in August. It's gonna be August 6th through the 8th. It's gonna be jam-packed at Sugo with everybody there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of drivers from FDJ, a lot of drivers from FDJ2, and hopefully we can have spectators in. So that would be pretty exciting.
Oh, yes, most definitely. But looks like they're lined up, ready to go. Nishizaki's going to be on the lead, and Miyagi's going to be on the chase. Let's see what they're going to do for us. Make this one more time battle happen right here. Let's go. Let's see this close proximity right here by Miyagi pushing into outer zone 1 right there. Kind of close in right here to outer zone 2. A nice finish right there. Proximity could have been closed a little bit more, but, solid run by the 2.
So Nishizaki led the first run of the second one more time battle right here. Looks like Miyagi couldn't close the gap from the beginning, but a nice flick by Nishizaki and a good line for him going from outside zone 1 to 2. Looks like Miyagi makes sure that he's on the line. Kind of gets a little bit smaller on line, shallower on line when he is going through outside zone 3 to 4, but I think that's for him. He was sacrificing the line area or the line for more of a proximity. So he was trying to get closer, chasing Nishizaki. So let's see what's going to happen when Miyagi leads now.
So we're going to have to see what Miyagi's going to give for us as his lead run right here. And Nishizaki, this is his home track. So he's trying to push on to this grade 8 and make things happen and take on the victory.
Yeah, definitely Nishizaki's lead run was pretty smooth. Not a huge flare, but a very smooth run by Nishizaki. So
we'll see what he's going to do here with Miyagi on the lead right here. So here he comes right here, coming through the chicane. Miyagi coming into the 3-2-1. Nice initiation in the outer zone right there. And Nishizaki holding on right there into outer zone 2 and trying to take that line to close that proximity. But man, Miyagi smoking him out right there at the end.
All right, up until now, it looks like Nishizaki did a great job when he was leading, but there's one big mistake that he made right here. Let me go ahead and show you that. Miyagi doesn't have a great rate to angle, but he does fill outside zone 2. He's in the middle line going to outside zone 2, 1 to 2. But right there where Nishizaki kind of washes out, and that just really gives him, kind of sets him back on proximity because he was offline and he had to kind of chase Miyagi down. So that washout by Nishizaki is a pretty huge mistake, and that might be the factor on the call we make. So let's go ahead and see what the other judges had to say as well.
Yeah, Miyagi out there, he definitely pushed his limits right there and gave it full throttle and, sent it as much as he can. He wanted to get this one more time battle done and lay his mark. So we'll see what the judges have to say between the two.
Yeah, so it looks like when Nishizaki was leading, he doesn't carry as much speed going through outside zone 2, where Miyagi does. And I think Nishizaki has to do it to close the gap. So maybe he was going in a little bit too fast right there. Washes out. He does fill the zones, but it's a wonky line for him to go from outside zone 1 to 2. So
yeah, that second half of that run was beautiful, but that first half coming into the initiation into outer zone 1 to 2 is that struggle that I've seen a lot of these drivers.
So the key to being able to beat the car, or not beat the car, but to do a good chase is you're going to have to mimic the lead driver.
Here we go. Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Miyagi, Fukada with Miyagi, and Robbie is going to go with Miyagi. So Nagayasu Miyagi is going to be pushing on to the grade 8. Congratulations.
After 2 one more times. Great job by Nishizaki. I'm pretty sure there's a big, huge power difference in between these cars, but a very smooth driving, and hopefully he makes it out to the next round of FDJ2 as well.
Wow, definitely rough battle right there getting into this grade 8. Took a little bit longer than we expected, but hey, I'm glad to see some good tandem, back-to-back battles going on.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I mean, the more drifting I could see, the happier I would be too. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there watching this is probably agreeing with me too. But yes, closer tandem battles and more exciting battles is everything. That's something what we want to see. That's what we're expecting, too, out of these two drivers here.
Coming up right now, which one's already at the start line? It's going to be Yoshitatsu Kaneda right here, the champ from round one. Moving on right here, let's see who's he's going to be going against Ryotaro Oe right here in his S14. Both young drivers and ready to go.
Well, Kaneda is actually not that young. He's not as young as Oe. He's in his 30s, I think. Or he said he's been drifting for like 20 years. So I'm going to have to ask him how old he is. But Oe is definitely a young driver. His father also competes in FDJ. Let's see if Kaneda in the Cusco 8.6 is going to
So Kaneda on the lead and Oe on the chase right here. Oe right here trying to get that proximity closed into outer zone 2. Oh, but maybe tried too much right there. And bailed on him right there in outer zone 2. And Kaneda not even realizing what happened right there.
Yeah, that was some very brave and ballsy move right there by Oe. He got super close to Kaneda after initiating right here. This is very beautiful where Oe basically mimics what Kaneda does. And it looks like Kaneda doesn't get right back on gas and he's coasting through there. But at the same time, Oe looks like he over-rotates when he is behind. So let us go ahead and have that in mind.
Definitely initially that was good proximity right there. I was super excited for it. And then right there at the end, he, like you said, over-rotated coming into outer zone 2.
Now we have to keep in mind that Kaneda was leading, but that looked like it was pretty smooth, and it doesn't look like he was waiting too long, because if you're waiting too long and if you don't accelerate and try to get out of the way or keep drifting, that could cause the chase driver to make a mistake too. So we just want to make sure that Kaneda's run wasn't something like that.
And that's what you all look for whenever it comes to these judges, to make sure that that chase run wasn't affected by the lead run itself. So we'll see here. So Oe is going to be on the lead while Kaneda is going to be on the chase. And looks like they taped up his rear bumper to get him squared away and ready to go. And here they come through the chicane right here. Oe coming as the lead. Kaneda on the chase, coming into 3-2-1. Nice flick and into the outer zone 1, sliding through to outer zone 2 right here. Oh, and Kaneda making a huge correction coming into outer zone 2 and shutting down right there. Not sure what happened.
Oh, wow. See, so you never know what happens until the end after the two battles are done. Let's go ahead and check that out. Check out the replay.
Man, and that's rough too, because they just did they had mechanical issues earlier and they tried to fix it, but it looks like he stopped on track. But here's the replay.
Yeah, right here. It looks like Oe does a great job filling outside zone 1. Beautiful angle going through outside zone 2, but right here you can see Kaneda's car straightening and he just shuts it down.
Definitely unfortunate, and he's still sitting over there toward the finish. Not sure what's going on. They did do, like you were talking about, a clutch change on the Cusco Racing 8.6, so we'll see if Kaneda's car is going to be down or they're going to be able to get it fixed. So we'll see here. We got our tow crew ready to go and help them off track here.
All right, so since both of the cars are incompleted behind, we're going to have to go ahead and check out the lead runs by both drivers right here. Looks like Kaneda. Man, this is going to be a hard one because it doesn't look like he fills outside zone 1 as well as Oe does, but at the same time, looks like he does a better job than Oe after the outside zone 2 area. Right here. Yeah, and Oe does a great job right there, filling outside zone 3 and 4 too. So this is going to be a very tough one since both of the cars did.
Or like you said last time.
Exactly the, what do you call it? The teeth-sucking air intake. But
luckily, I'm not the judge. So we'll see here.
We will have to make this call because of the lead runs, since there were 2 lead runs.
So Yoichi Imamura is going to go with a one more time. Fukada is going to go with a one more time, and Robbie's going to be with a one more time. So it looks like we're going to have a one more time battle between the two.
Yeah, so I think all the judges probably agree that it was too close to call just from the lead runs. Both chase cars or the chase drivers incompleted when they're behind. So we're going to have to do this one more time to see, make sure that both of the cars has clean runs. Man, there's a lot of one more times this weekend.
There is, most definitely. So it looks like we have our next battle lined up, ready to go. It's going to be Kei Murakami going against Yuichi Miyasaka right here. Ready to go in the JZX 100 versus the Soarer. Here they go, coming into this 3-2-1 right here, initiating into outer zone 1. Got to close that proximity. Looks like he's losing them just a little bit on outer zone 2. And Murakami right there finishing off strong in outer zone 4.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice job by Murakami. Very exciting driving. Looks like Miyasaka was trying to stay within proximity. Not too close, but trying to keep up with Murakami. Let's go ahead and see this. Nice angle going from outside zone 1 to 2. Would like to see him work his way out to outside zone 1 a little bit more. Fills outside zone 3 decently, and 4. Looks like Miyasaka had a little struggle after he made the transition coming from outside zone 3 to 4. He made a smaller, ran a smaller line, let's say, and there was an adjustment there. So let's go ahead and keep that in mind and see what will happen next when Miyasaka leads and Murakami gives chase.
Looks like they're both ready, lined up, and ready to go.
So thank you to the staff again, once again. They knocked over some cones, so they had to go out there to get that fixed. Got them running around all the time picking up cones, but here we go. Hopefully.
Here we go, Miyasaka right here on the lead with Murakami on the chase, and looks like we had a jump.
Yeah, I think he jumped the light.
Getting back on the line, start it up.
All right, so deep breath. Leave when the lights turn off. Yeah, because, I mean, as a driver, I mean, I know you get nervous, overexcited and stuff like that, so it's really, really hard to make a good start. But at the same time, as the chase driver, it gets a little irritating when the lead driver does that a little bit too much. So want to make sure that they're both in the right emotional level right here.
And here they go right here. Miyasaka right here in the lead, coming in the outer zone. Very nice coming through. Man, looks like Murakami right there. Ooh! Close call right there for sure.
All right, so very messy run by both drivers.
Coming into this outer zone 2. Ooh.
Yeah, I thought it looked like Murakami is about to straighten from outside zone 1 to 2, and I honestly think that he got a little lucky because Miyasaka went 2-3 tires off at the outside zone 2 and actually spun out. So that's an incomplete by the chase driver, which was Miyasaka right now. Oh, I'm sorry, the lead driver, which was Miyasaka right now, and then Murakami. Looks like he gets a fast pass going to.
There you go, right here.
4.
The results are going left to Murakami right there, pushing on to the Final Four, our first Final Four competitor.
Here is one of the first drivers making it into the Final Four.
So congratulations there, pushing into the Final Four.
And hopefully Miyasaka, better luck for Miyasaka for the next round. Got some aggressive driving right there, but there was a huge mistake that he made. So good luck to him next time.
Let's see if we're going to have this one more battle start back up again, or we're going to be pushing on to our right side of our bracket. So in the meantime, you can see right there the track. The track's pretty much set up. It actually reminds me of Suzuka Twin a lot. So definitely a nice track. Has two track A and a track B out here. They do a little bit of everything between gymkhana, drifting, and grip racing. So hands down to the staff out here and the staff that's helping out here at Bihoku Highland Circuit out here in Okayama Prefecture. So and if you're just tuning in, this is Formula Drift Japan FDJ2. So it's equivalent to what the States is for Pro Spec. So this is what feeds into Formula Drift Japan. So I believe top 10 competitors go in and they get their license to go to Formula Drift Japan and get to compete. So definitely this is the first year, second round, first season, everything. So awesome to see these drivers out here, and most definitely awesome to see the fans out there online, because unfortunately we still don't have spectators due to the conditions that are going on, not only in Japan but all around the world with the pandemic. So thank you all for tuning into us live. And it is nice to see different tracks out here offered in Japan, because Bihoku is one of those that a lot of people don't know about. It's a smaller track, but it's definitely a beautiful track to be at. So it looks like we're pushing on to our next battle on the right-hand side of the bracket, which is going to be Mao Yamanaka is going to be already at the line right now, ready to go. He actually is ranked second in qualifying. He took second at Ebisu West Course for round 1, and he definitely told us that he's gunning for the #1 slot this go-around. So we'll see what he's going to do, but in the meantime, you have Nagayasu Miyagi in the burnout box trying to get his tires warmed up. He actually just got done doing a back-to-back one more time battle, so we'll see what he's going to do up against Yamanaka. So there you go. Looks like he's ready to go. He's going to be pulling up the line here shortly. And we'll push on to our third battle of our grade 8. So there they are, lined up, ready to go. Yamanaka's going to be on the lead while we have Miyagi on the chase here for the third battle of our grade 8.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna skip the one more time battle. I wasn't sure if we're gonna go to the one more time battle or not, but it sounds like Haneda is having mechanical issues, so I don't know if they're gonna make it right back. OA is coming up to the line, so we'll go ahead and worry about that later. Go ahead and check out this battle against Yamanaka and Miyagi.
So here they go coming in. Yamanaka's going to be on the lead. Miyagi coming in a little bit shallow right here, but coming in and trying to hold strong into outer zone 2. Yamanaka not being able to fully fill out outer zone 2. And man, ooh, Miyagi taking an off-road ride into outer zone 3. Definitely was able to save that, but definitely scary too.
That was exciting driving, but I would have to nitpick a couple of things right here. Yamanaka, great job at initiation, flicks it, great angle right here. And Miyagi takes a slightly shallower line, but gets close in proximity. But right here, Yamanaka does not make it all the way to the outside zone 2. Very small line. And boom, I think that might be 3 tires off by Miyagi, but he goes way offline. So Yamanaka, the lead run, not the prettiest. He dips 1 tire on the inside going from outside zone 2 to 3. Let's go ahead and check out the replay one more time right here. Yamanaka doesn't get close, doesn't even get into that box for the outside zone 2. 1 tire off over there on the inside. But I think because of the smoke or something, Miyagi just goes way off course from outside zone 2 to 3. And that might be 3 tires off. And if it's 3 tires off in a track like this, that may be an incomplete. But we'll go ahead and take that in consideration.
That was rough, most definitely. Glad he was able to save that and not get any more damage than he sustained. But here he is. Miyagi's going to be on the lead for this one. Tables are turning, and Yamanaka's going to be on the chase. That was hard to watch right there coming into outer zone 3.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
So let's see if Miyagi can smoke him out here. So Miyagi in the lead, coming through the chicane into the 3-2-1, while Yamanaka right there on the chase, but right there on his tail too. Keeping that proximity coming into outer zone 1. Definitely got to close it here. Close that gap right here toward the finish. Just staying right outside that cloud. And man, that was a nice tandem battle right there.
That was a really, really good lead by Miyagi, and also a great chase by Yamanaka. Let's go ahead and check that out. Miyagi does this flick right here, a little bit harder than what he usually does. Creates a slight gap for Yamanaka, but both the drivers does a good job right there. He fills all the zones. Very nice job by Miyagi. Very clean lead run, and also a very clean chase run by Yamanaka.
But definitely rough making that huge mistake on the outer zone 3 right there for
yeah,
Miyagi.
that might be critical right here.
So here we go. Yoichi Mimura's going to go with Yamanaka. Fukada's going to go with Yamanaka, and Robbie's going to be pushing left to Yamanaka. So Mao Yamanaka's going to be pushing onto the final 4.
All right, so Miyagi does a great job. That was a really nice run, his lead run, but unfortunately he is knocked out. Dr. Miyagi will be knocked out here, so hopefully he comes back stronger, and better luck for next round. And congratulations to Yamanaka moving to the final 4.
So it looks like at the line right now we have Ryotaro Oe waiting for his competitor, which is going to be Yoshitatsu Kaneda in the Cusco Racing 8-6. So this is actually our one more time battle that is that initially started us in the grade 8. So we'll see what's going to come of this. I know Kaneda was suffering some mechanical issues, so hopefully his team got everything together and he's ready to go, but waiting for the word from our tech crew. So Yoshitatsu Kaneda is actually the round 1 champ, and he actually took first for qualifying. So going out with like mechanical issues or anything like that is probably not on his plate that he wants to deal with, so hopefully he'll be able to make it to the line to go against Oe. After this one more time battle, we'll be finishing off our grade 8 with our final battle against Koji Nagase and Hideyuki Shibata right there at the finish right there. So we'll see what's going to happen there at that final run. But right now we're waiting on our one more time battle to happen that started us off into this grade 8. So we got a little bit of time. So once again, if you're just now joining us, this is FDJ2. This is round 2 of FDJ2 here at Bihoku Highland Circuit here in the Okayama Prefecture. FDJ2 is a new series of this year. It's actually the feed-in series for Formula Drift Japan, and the winners will move on with license to move on to Formula Drift Japan. And speaking of, the next event for Formula Drift Japan is actually still about a month away. So they're going to have a long break for this extent. Early August, they're going to be coming back along with FDJ2. And it's going to be a pretty big competition at Sugo with both FDJ2 and Formula Drift Japan pros out there competing. So we'll see how that goes. And that's going to be actually at Sportsland Sugo. But for in the meantime, we're going to figure out what's going on and everything. Stay tuned and check out these commercials.
心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Called brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Called brilliant. Valendy.
And we are back here at the Yokohama Presents Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 Round 2 here at Bihoku Highland Circuit. And if you're just joining in, then you missed a lot.
Yeah, well, right now we were waiting for Kaneda to get to the line before the commercial that we had. Oe was waiting for him, but I guess they had called a competition timeout, and it looks like Kaneda ran out of time. So they're going to have to bow out for this round. So I think Oe is going to get the free run. He's going to get the free pass to move on. But before we talk anything about that, let's go ahead and go to the next battle.
This is our final battle of our grade 8 right here. Koji Nagase against Shibata right here. Nagase in the lead, Shibata right there on the chase, trying to close this proximity into outer zone 2. Nice proximity right there coming into outer zone 2 into outer zone 3 with a clean finish there with outer zone 4.
Very smooth run by both drivers. Slightly smaller line by Nagase towards the last half of the track we have. Here we go. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Both drivers did a good job initiating to the outside zone 1. Slightly shallower angle in line by Shibata, but right there it looks like Nagase makes a smaller run, or he runs a smaller line through outside zone 3 and 4. This kind of gives Shibata a chance to stay on his line and get a little bit closer. So let's go ahead and see what happens when Shibata leads and Nagase gives chase.
So here they are coming up. Like you said before, Nagase is going to be on the chase while Shibata's on the lead. Shibata's definitely picked up his game from practice and all his runs he had there till now. I mean, he's definitely pushing himself.
I was watching his practice, but he wasn't really strong in the wet. But at the same time, once it started to dry out, looks like he has been doing a great job driving. So let's go ahead and see what happens when he leads.
So Shibata on the lead coming into 3-2-1. Outer zone run right here. And here's Nagase trying to keep that close proximity and give him a run for his money right here in the outer zone 4. And Nagase keeping that close proximity and very, very well done.
All right, so I would have to say Shibata did a great job leading, but at the same time, I was very impressed when Nagase's chase run. Let's go ahead and check this out. Right here, Shibata doesn't throw so much angle, but after the initiation, Nagase mimics every move Shibata does. Check this out. Matches angle, matches the line, and gets closer. Look at right there. He gets really close towards the end as well. Very impressive job by both drivers.
Great way to close us off right there in our grade 8 to our final 4. So let's see who's going to take on and move on to the final 4. So let's see. Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Nagase. Fukada's going to go with Nagase. And Robbie's going to go with Nagase. So Koji Nagase is going to be pushing on to the final 4.
So I believe that the other judges probably agree with what I'm saying right now, but it looks like Nagase did a great job mimicking Shibata's run. And also from the beginning, I know Nagase did not do a great job at outside zone 3 and 4, but he did a good job flicking it, filling the outside zone 1 and 2. And Shibata could not get as close as Nagase did when he was behind. But great hustle by Shibata and a lot of potential from him and his car and his team out here at the round 2 of FDJ2. Better luck for the next time. But
for
here
sure,
we go.
hopefully they'll make it to round 3 for sure.
So let me go ahead and explain right now. As everything was going on earlier, while we were doing the grade 8 battle with Yamanaka versus Miyagi, Kaneda's car and the team Cusco was working on the car. Oe was ready, so he came out after that battle. Oe was waiting for his opponent, and meanwhile, that would mean that Kaneda would have to use his competition timeout. So here we go. Let's check out Ryotaro Oe's bye run.
Nice fill of outer zone 1 and 2. Finishing off real strong with a nice run right there.
Very clean run by the 24-year-old Oe. But yes, I heard that there was a drivetrain issue by Kaneda's team. Looks like the team was working really hard to get the car back on the track, but they did run out of time and they had to throw in the towel. So Oe is moving on to the final 4. Great job by these drivers. So it's going to be Oe versus Murakami for the first battle, Yamanaka versus Nagase for the second battle of the final 4. But before we go to the final 4, once again, a short break, and we'll be right back.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。ウエッ ト A
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call it brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A ウェット A
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call it brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A ウェット A
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
모티즈
The brightness. Call it brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。ウエット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
모티즈
The brightness. Call it brilliant. Valendy.
And we are back here for the Final Four battle here for the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 Round 2 here at Bihoku Highland Circuit in Okayama Prefecture.
So right now we are waiting for the two battles that are about to happen. The first battle of the Final Four is going to be car number 6, Murakami, leading car number 212, Oe. And I believe we are waiting for one of the competitors to come out onto the track.
And if you're just joining in, you definitely missed out on a lot of one more time battles, a lot of crazy tandem battles and everything that went on here. But yeah, we started out with 15 drivers and here we are down to our final 4 drivers of the day.
And one of the 4 drivers right here, Ryotaro Oe, is a very young driver with a father that competes in Formula Drift Japan. Murakami actually, I think this is the first time he's making it into the Final Four for the Formula Drift Japan FDJ2.
But also with Oe, this is actually his first round for FDJ2. He was unable to make it to round 1, and I'm pretty sure the way he's performing, I don't think he'll want to miss any more rounds.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of young, exciting driving from Oe. And I also heard rumors about Murakami. He actually stuffed it into the wall during practice, which was the day before yesterday. So I guess the team and the mechanics had to go back, took the car out once, got everything situated. The car looks like nothing happened to it. It's a beautiful job, so I think they did a great job.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very exciting battle between the two, but still waiting on Oe to show up for this battle, and we don't want to see him go this far and come short. So hopefully we'll see him come up here soon to get his tires warmed up and ready to go.
All right, so the winner we had from round one, Kaneda, had to bow out from the competition because of mechanical issues. So that means the number one qualifier and the winner from the last round cannot do a back-to-back win. So I wonder who is going to take the win here at this round.
Yeah, you're right on that. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of potential here in these drivers right here. And I know, Yamanaka definitely did say he wants to come back with a vengeance and, pull off round 2 victory. So we'll see what he's going to do during his battle on this other side of this bracket.
And just looking at this, it's interesting data that the other side of the bracket, which is going to be the next battle after these two, Oe Murakami, is going to be car number 11, Mao Yamanaka, going against car number 75, Koji Nagase. These guys qualified second and third. Murakami qualified fourth. So we have the 2, 3, and 4 in the final four. The only upset was Kaneda not making it out. They had to throw in the towel for the mechanical issues. So Oe is in here now, and Oe is qualifying 8th. So Oe has to beat Murakami in order to get on the podium.
Yes, and Oe's been doing a phenomenal job on his tandem. So we'll see what he's going to do here between Murakami. But you know what? For sure, he's going to try to prove himself because he couldn't prove himself with Kaneda bailing or falling out due to mechanical issues. So we'll see what he's going to do. I'm pretty sure he's like, okay, I got to show myself up right here.
Yeah, so this battle is going to be an S14 driven by Oe versus a JZX 100 Mark II driven by Murakami. So it's an S14 versus JZX. And the other side is going to be Yamanaka driving an S15 and Nagase driving a JZX2. So we're going to have to see which is the king of drift cars in Japan.
Right here.
Who's going to make it on the top.
Or
yeah.
the JZX chassis. So we'll see here.
And going back to, obviously, it's Yokohama Presents. So this is a spec tire series. Everybody's on Yokohama tires at Van 8008s.
And like you said, on top of that, it's a feeder series into Formula Drift Japan. So this is exactly just like Pro Spec in the States. These guys are competing and fighting to get their slot and their chance to go pro.
So let's see who's going to be moving on to the finals. Is it going to be the young Oe or Murakami?
So Murakami's in the lead position while we have Oe on the chase. They're lined up, ready to go. And looks like they're going to be battling out right here, coming in through the chicane. Murakami on the chase, or lead, Oe on the chase right here. Initiating through the 3-2-1 to outer zone 1 right there. Oe trying to close that proximity right there. Nice proximity. See if he can keep that all the way through to outer zone 4 and to the finish. And man, like I said before, Oe has just kept it on the whole time.
Hey, and I have to say, Oe did a great job chasing, but it sounds like Murakami's car is not 100% either. It doesn't sound like it's really healthy right now, but he does a good job, makes it look like the car is doing okay. But man, right there, nice flick by Murakami. Oe is right there, not letting him go, not giving him any more feet to go away. Murakami does a really, really good job filling the zones and doing what he's supposed to do, but at the same time, Oe is right there. So just as I always say, since Murakami did a great job, leading Oe can give good chase. So let's see what Oe is going to do when he gets in front and see if Murakami could do a better job than that.
So here they are. They're both lined up and ready to go. So like you just said, Oe is going to be on the lead. Murakami is going to be on the chase. And it's going to be a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase cross comparison and see how they perform to get them into the finals. And here they come through the chicane. Oe on the lead, coming into the 3-2-1. Initiating into outer zone 1 right there. Murakami trying to close that proximity, coming off a little bit in the inside part right there to outer zone 2. And Oe just doing his thing as much as he can to do a nice lead run. But you could definitely see the proximity difference there.
Let's go ahead and see the replay. Like I said, I think Murakami is struggling because something's wrong with his car. But Oe, nice flick, fills out outside zone 1. Right there, Murakami has to take a smaller line there. Does a good job filling the zones. But it looks like Murakami is struggling to stay. Oe did a very good job leading, or I'm sorry, he did a great job leading, but at the same time, he did an immaculate job giving chase when Murakami was up front. So I'm going to have to say maybe Murakami's car not running right might come in play.
Yoichi Mamura with Oe, Fukada with Oe, and Robbie Nishida with Oe. So Ryuta Ore is going to be moving on to the finals.
The rookie for the round, or I'm sorry, for the FDJ2. First time in, he makes it all the way to the finals. He beats Murakami, he beats Kaneda, and he also beats Shirosaki, making it to the finals. Great job to Murakami, and tough luck because now he's going to be fourth place because he was fourth, and the other two drivers on the other side of the bracket qualified higher.
You're right, and yes, congratulations, Oe, pushing on. But he, he definitely does have good guidance and mentorship in his life because, like you said before, his dad is an FDJ driver, so he's nothing new to the competition mode, and probably has gotten his head to the point to say, you got to focus, you got to make things happen, and just be consistent.
Yeah, if you know a lot of the FDJ drivers and see the cars, Fujinaka is his father, and then he has a black car with the green livery. And Oe's car actually looks pretty similar. Has that, black car with the green livery, similar style, and similar aggressive driving, just like his father. So we'll see who he's going to be going against next. Is it going to be Yamanaka or is it going to be Nagase?
It's going to be a really good battle between the two really good drivers. They've been pushing every bit of ounce that's in its cars that they have to practice all the way to qualifying, all the way to where we're at today, or where we're at right now. So we'll see what they're going to do. They're getting their tires warmed up, getting ready to go.
Yeah, so Yamanaka just came out of the burnout box. And now Nagase is going in there. He will be patiently waiting for his opponent to arrive.
And you were just saying before, another S chassis JZX battle right here.
Yeah, so this is a tighter track, but even Murakami and Nagase, both JZXs made it all the way to the Final Four. So definitely doesn't matter what track it is at. Both cars, or both chassis, great chassis. So I'm eager to see who's going to take this and go against Oe. And I believe Nagase, too, he's in his late 20s. I think he's maybe around 30 or something, but he's also still a young driver, moving his way in from MSC, winning the round, coming into FDJ2, and he is gunning to get his FDJ license as well. And I think everybody wants it to move up to battle it out with the other Formula Drift Japan drivers. And some of these drivers are probably wanting to go and compete in the U.S. too.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I know a few of them said that already.
We have the COVID situation going on right now, so it's really hard to do the traveling and everything. But once all this is out, everything is cleared out, we're probably going to be able to see more FDJ drivers trying to go to the U.S. and compete. So definitely interesting to see, because, I mean, we see ex-Japan, FD Japan driver going over to the U.S. So I think it's like Taguchi and Masayama. Those are the two drivers that are actually competing right now in the U.S. So let's see who can make it out there just like those drivers.
And here they are, ready to go. So it's going to be Yamanaka's going to be on the lead while Nagase is going to be on the chase for the first run right here. So we'll see what's going to happen. Who's going to get to this final battle? Looks like I got that green light. They're going to go through chicane right here. Yamanaka coming into the 3-2-1. Initiating into outer zone 1 right here. Here he comes right now. Nagase trying to close that gap on him. And Nagase right there on him, trying to keep that proximity and stay out of that smoke line. And woo!
Man, that was some good driving right here by both drivers. Super exciting to see. I loved how Yamanaka flips his car right there at the outside zone 1 where he initiates, but at the same time, Nagase does not give him any room after he passes outside zone 1 right here. Takes a smaller line to outside zone 2, but from here does not give him any space. Great job by both drivers outside zone 3 and 4, and look at the proximity. A lot of pressure given from Nagase to Yamanaka. Very nice job by both drivers. This is kind of what we wanted to see here in the semifinals.
But here we go right now. It's going to be Yamanaka's going to be on the chase, and let's see what kind of pressure he's going to give to Nagase, because he wasn't fazed by Nagase too much. He just kept pushing on. So
yeah, that's what the lead driver is supposed to do. You're just supposed to do the closest to a 100-point run when you're leading. Don't worry about the chase car. Don't try to run away. Try to throw a lot of angle and fill in all the zones as you go. So both drivers did a great job right here. And really looking forward to see the second half of this battle.
Looks like they both gave a thumbs up and they're ready to go. Here we go. Nagase coming through the chicane, coming up to the 3-2-1. Nagase, nice initiation to outer zone 1. Let's see if Yamanaka's going to close this gap. Oh, Nagase kind of slowed up right there, but there you go. Yamanaka being able to get a little bit proximity closure right there from that little slowdown right there in the outer zone 2.
Wow, looks like Nagase said, okay, that's what you're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you what I got. He also flicks the car just like how Yamanaka did right here. I like the way he did that, the rate to angle, filling outside zone 1. And it looks like there's a slight space, slight mistake that Nagase did, but he was right on the line on the outside zone 2. A little bit shallower on the line now outside zone 3. And looks like Yamanaka cannot get as close as Nagase did when he was chasing. So this is going to be a very hard one for us to decide.
So great battle between the two, especially chase-to-chase, run-to-run comparison. Definitely a tough one for these judges to look at. But once again, if you're just joining, we have Yoichi Mimura as one of the judges. We have our guest judge, Formula Drift driver. It's going to be Tadahiro Fukada. And then we have Robbie Nishida also commentating. So here we go. The results are Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Nagase. Fukada is going to go with Nagase. And Robbie Nishida is going to go with Nagase, pushing on to the finals.
All right, so we had to evaluate both of the drivers. Yamanaka did a very good job when he was leading, and Nagase did as well. So we had to compare the chase to chase, and it looks like Nagase got the win here because of the proximity he made. And don't get me wrong, Yamanaka's driving was very smooth when he was leading, but congratulate Yamanaka because he is the second highest qualifier, and going against Murakami, who lost at the Final Four. Since it's second place and fourth place, Yamanaka is going to be on the podium. So let's see who is going to be the finals. It's going to be Oe versus Nagase. Congratulations to both drivers for making it this far. But while they're getting ready, we'll be right back after this break, and it's going to be the finals.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? it's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
And we have made it to our final battle for this round 2 of Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 here at Bihoku Highland Circuit in Okayama Prefecture.
And check out the beautiful weather. The sun is out. It's perfect for our finals. I mean, they're celebrating us making all the way to the finals. I'm just gonna bring it up because it's the last.
You're just lost with words.
No,
right
no,
now.
no. I didn't want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about the rain. I didn't want to talk about being wet, but we made it this far. So I was just being quiet about the weather because I didn't want to jinx anything. So,
But no,
here we are.
it's been a glorious day. These top 16 battles that we've had has been awesome. The weather has held up for us, especially since it's been back and forth all weekend with everything going on between qualifying all the way where we're at today, right now. So definitely glad we have good weather. Glad we're down to our final battle between Oe and Nagase. So congratulations to those two drivers to making it this far and battling through all the weather and the conditions of the track.
Yeah, this also proves that there is young and upcoming talent here in FDJ2 as well. So it's a bright future for us drift lovers and guys that like to watch competition drifting too. So hopefully these drivers make it all the way through for the season and gets their FDJ licenses, and we will see them in the FDJ rounds. And hopefully more drivers come and join us here at FDJ2 because, I mean, this is a great platform to show off your skills and also your drivability and your team, so forth. How cool your car looks, and the excitement. So pretty sure everybody loves to see that.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier. So we had 6 new drivers actually come, but we had, I think, another 6 that fell off from round 1. So like you were saying, to get more drivers out here, it'd be awesome because the cars that they're bringing out here is definitely a different blend from what we see at FDJ and or FD in the U.S. So cool to see different cars and different drivers out.
And just like you said, one of the 6 drivers that are new to this series from this round, Oe, is actually in the finals. 24-year-old driver, son of a FDJ driver, going against another young driver, Nagase, driving his JZX 100. He has been working at this, came through MSC, now joining us in FDJ2, and hoping to gun to get his FDJ license. This is going to be something to see.
So it looks like he's ready to go, and he's going to go and pull up to the line while Oe is going to get his tires warmed up and ready to go. So let's see who's going to pull through and get this top podium spot.
And I would like to give out a shout out to all the FD Japan staff and all the FD USA staff. Not being able to see everybody because of the restrictions, hopefully we could invite everybody over and also be able to visit everybody in the States too. Hopefully this COVID mess, blows over. But also a big, huge thanks to Yokohama Tires for giving us a platform to enjoy, to see, and also these guys able to battle out in the FDJ2 tire spec series, where it showcases the great tires that they make. And one last big shout out to you guys watching this live stream. Thank you for joining us from all over the world. If it's a hello or a good evening or a good morning wherever you're at, but here we are down to the finals between these two young drivers with huge talent and a bright future.
So Nagase is going to be on the lead while Oe is going to be on the chase. And like you said, it's live, so they get to hear all our mistakes. Just ours, though, not the drivers.
Yeah, the drivers, it doesn't matter if they make mistakes or not because they're out there.
So here they go, coming through the chicane. Nagase on the lead, Oe on the chase. Coming into 3-2-1. Nice initiation coming into that outer zone right there. And Oe once again keeping right there on his door. Breezing through outer zone 2 or 3 to 4 right there, but Oe the whole way, Oe was right there on his rear quarter.
All right, it looks like these drivers are doing better and better as they move up on the ladder. Here, Nagase, you can see him do his great flick, skimming the outside zone 1 cone. Nice job filling the outside zone 1. Oe does not give him any space. He has to play a little bit of catch-up right here where he runs a small line at outside zone 4 and a little bit at the entry of outside zone 1, but you have to make a sacrifice to be within that proximity he did. He did a great job. He was right behind Nagase the whole time. So now we're going to have to see what they're going to do when they swap places.
Yeah, that was a nice tandem battle. So like you said, they're swapping places. So Oe's going to be on the lead with Nagase on the chase. And Nagase's been doing a pretty good job on his chase runs, just like Oe. So this is going to be pretty good, and hopefully they can drag it out and maybe do it one more time because we've seen a lot of those today.
Hey man, I'm all good about watching good drifting, but here we go. Let's see who's going to come on top. Is it going to be Oe or Nagase?
So Oe coming into the 3-2-1, initiating into outer zone 1. Ooh, nice, taking out that pylon right there, coming into outer zone 2. And Nagase right there, keeping that close proximity just like Oe did, right on his rear quarter. Woo. And holding on strong right there through the finish.
All right, so that was an exciting initiation by Oe too. It looked like he was trying to do a better job than Nagase right there. He flicks it really hard. It looks like he was right on the line. He hits the outside zone clip right here at the second zone too, but it doesn't look like his tire goes outside, but he does a great job filling all the zones. Nagase is right there chasing him, mimicking him on the right line. Good job by both drivers. Let's see what's going to happen. Man, that was some good driving.
So let's see what these judges have to say. And yeah, we see where y'all are coming from, telling us all over the world where you're watching from in the time. So we really appreciate it. And here we go right now with our results. With Yoichi Imamura is going to go with one more time. Fukada's going to be with one more time.
See, I know because at the finals,
yeah, I know.
We won't tell you. We'll announce it right here with the drivers in front of us. But yes, that was too close to call. It would be a one more time. Both drivers did well. There was goods and bads for the chase side. It looks like Nagase fell back a little bit where he started to catch up at outside zone 2, and he did a good job finishing it off. And he didn't have to cheat the line at outside zone 4 to stay close. But he did give Oe a little bit of space. Versus Oe did a great job from outside zone, a little bit after outside zone 1 all the way through, but he did have to run a shallower line to keep his proximity tight with Nagase.
So there you go, the results. So they're going to go back, get some fresh tires on, get ready to go for a one more time battle. But like I said before, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be one more time. These drivers have been consistent all day long. They've been doing the same chase runs that they've been doing. It all came down to their lead runs. So definitely both impressive today.
Yeah, so I think you jinxed it because you said, is this going to be another one more time? Yes, we have a lot of one more times this time, but that means the battles are that close.
And
It's not like it's a bad run and a bad run. It's actually a good run and a good run where it's really hard for us judges to determine who's going to be moving on. And I think these one more times are really, really good.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this last run, but like you said, I did kind of jinx it, so I'm not ready to go home yet.
Yeah, talking about go home, we do have a long drive after this too. But here we go. Here's a replay. Look at that OA not giving Nagase much space. But both drivers does a good job leading and chasing. Just reminding you how well they were driving and why it's a one more time, because it was a pretty close run by both drivers. And as I said earlier, right here, Nagase gives OA a little bit of space, maybe a little bit too much space, but actually catches up right there afterwards and does a good job mimicking OA and catches up later on the back half of the track. Both of the drivers did a great job when they're leading. And now we are just waiting for the tire, I'm sorry, not the tires, both of the cars getting prepped by most likely their mechanics in the team. The driver's probably taking a short break.
But since we're here at this short break, so there will be a short break between rounds 2 and 3 for both Formula Drift Japan and FDJ2. So our next one's going to be in August 6th to the 8th. It's going to be a double header with the at Sportsland Suga between FDJ2 and Formula Drift Japan. So that's going to be awesome. But in the meantime, cutting between us is going to be FDUS. They're going to have their competition going on.
Yeah, so at Sugo, like you said, they're going to have both FDJ and FDJ2 rounds, and it's going to be exciting to see. But this is going to be another exciting thing to see, too. We're going to go to a short break, and we'll be right back while these drivers are getting ready for the finals.
ねえ雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motis.
The brightness. Calm, brilliant. Valendy.
Welcome back, everybody, after that short break that we just had with the Yokohama Presents Formula Drift Japan FDJ2 Round 2 series here at Bihoku Highland Circuit. We just went through one of our final battles, but they got turned to a one more time. So here we are for their one more time battle.
Thank you for the patience, guys. I know it's the final, so let's get a little... I'm really excited. Let's get a little excited here. Is it going to be S14 driven by OA or the JZX 100 driven by Nagase. Both first time in the finals here at FDJ2.
Both have been very consistent on their driving, so we'll see what Nagase is going to do as a lead, but both of them had amazing chase runs, so let's see if Oe can keep doing what he's been doing all day with this chase run, being right on his quarter panel, coming into outer zone 2 right here, and once again, he's keeping that proximity close. Just falling short a little bit there, coming into outer zone 4.
Wow, that was, I think Nagase turned it up because he just went wild. He took a very wide line and had deep angle throughout the track. And Oe was trying to hang on, but let's go ahead and check out this replay. He does a good job right here trying to mimic what Nagase does. He's on the right line, but right here, it looks like he washes out a little bit. Maybe one tire off, outside zone 2, and cannot get any closer to Nagase after outside zone 3. So let's go ahead and check out the second battle of the finals. The second battle of the one more time battle here at the finals.
So we can get this lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase cross comparison. But like you just said, Nagase definitely did turn it up right there, especially coming out of that outer zone 1.
He was coming in hot.
Yeah, through the rest of the course, he was literally throttle all the way down. So they're both lined up, ready to go. It's going to be Oe on the lead with Nagase on the chase.
There you go. Thank you to the staff. Thank you very much for picking up the cones and keeping us ready to watch some great battles here.
Keeping the zones visible. So it looks like they're ready to go, and Oe is going to be on the lead, Nagase on the chase. Let's see if Nagase can one-up him and get a little bit closer on that second half of the track. So here we go. Oe coming into the 3-2-1 right here. Oh! We just missed him right there.
What?
Here he goes. Oe finish off right here strong. Man, that's definitely rough to happen in the finals right here.
That was a really, really hardcore move by Nagase. He threw the car like there is no tomorrow. Let's go ahead and check out the replay right there. And that was super close.
That was a save too.
I mean, it was a mistake, but that looked cool. Look at that. Oh my God, almost hit Oe's car. That was super close, and Oe just doesn't faze him, and he's like, I'm just gonna finish the track and do my lead run and do my thing, and it is over. Nagase incompletes behind Oe, but definitely throws mad angle. I don't know what he's trying to do right there. He was trying to do a backwards entry or do something super crazy, but he did give it his all because his lead run was amazing, but his incomplete on the chase run is going to hurt him right here because this is the finals.
He definitely put us all on the edge there, and he definitely gave us a show. But it is very unfortunate because, like you said before, when I was calling out the scores, and you're like, okay, if it pops up, it's going to be a one more time. So this one is probably, you all probably know the results of this outcome. But
no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, they might already know because, the viewers are very knowledgeable out there. So once again, I do appreciate you all checking us out, and those of you that stayed up late or woke up early to watch us, we really do appreciate it. This is FDJ2, and they're in different locations, so it's awesome to see these different tracks that they offer. So thank you all for viewing in and watching us and seeing the new up-and-coming, Formula Drift Japan pro drivers that want to be in that next series. So thanks again.
Yeah, we definitely can't do this without you guys. Thank you for putting up with us too, like you said, from all over the world watching us commentate and also seeing the great talent we have here at FDJ2. Definitely exciting to see how these drivers are actually growing. They're young and also very skillful, so man, that was crazy. I'm sweating because obviously it's hot.
I'm ready for
too,
next
but
round to see what other new drivers come out, or the drivers that didn't make it.
So I know in between you were talking about us having the Formula Drift USA round, but yes, I do like to see this live because I'd have to see theirs on the live stream too. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Sugo, which is going to be in August. So we have a little over a month in between. So here you go. Let's go ahead and check that out again one more time. Nagase is Great run, leading Oe. Kind of leaves him. Good job on Nagase in his lead run. Very beautiful run and exciting to see too. A lot of style there. And right here, Oe does the same, and then boom. I don't know what happened to Nagase, but man, almost backed his car into Oe's car. Barely dodged him. Thank God, no. I mean, come on. It's like, what is this? Last FD Japan round we had in the finals, we had a crash by the two drivers. And that's not something we do want to see, but that was super close from happening again right here on the finals.
It was. It definitely put us on the edge, like I said before. But, man, it's hopefully this means, you know, Oe getting all the way down to the finals like he did. Hopefully he'll make it to round 3 to Sportsland Sugo and, you know, show what he's got, because he definitely missed because of the last round at Bisu. He was unable to make it because of the travel time and everything like that.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome to see young drivers out here. Oe making it out to the finals, and it looks like Yamanaka made it on the podium again alongside from last event.
So
which was only a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. So last event we did have, like we said before, round 1 at Ebisu West Course. We had Kaneda. He actually took number 1, took podium, and then we had Yamanaka right there behind him in second. And the third place individual, he actually didn't make it to this round, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll see him at round 3. It was Sho Saito. So hopefully he'll be out for that next round to show what he has in his JZX90.
Yeah, because I believe he had mechanical issues in his car at that round, and I'm not even sure if he was able to overcome that to make it out here. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we are not seeing him, because, I mean, that's a good start to be on the podium on the first round of the first series that we have for the FDJ2. But here we go. We are seeing Nagase pulling up in front of the judging stand. Man, he's probably like, damn it. And Oe right here, he must have a smile from ear to ear right now because the first round of FDJ2 and he makes it this far. You know, same livery, almost the same livery as his father's car, which is an FD3 as he's driving an S14. And right here to the right is Mao Yamanaka, also making it to the podium.
Once again.
See, Japanese drivers, they get out, they bow, they congratulate each other. It's really cool, you know. There you go, shaking hands right there.
Awesome.
Yeah, good sportsmanship. All right, so now we have the 3 drivers that are on the podium here at the round 2 of FDJ2 Bihoku Circuit.
This is the first season of FDJ2 on top of that, and, you know, with new drivers and everything. So let's go ahead and start off. So our number 3 qualifier,
he was actually number 2 qualifier yesterday, making it.
Yeah. So our number 3 finisher with Team Good Ride with Kendai in the S15, number 11, Mao Yamanaka.
Congratulations to Mao Yamanaka. That's a back-to-back
podium
for him.
Congratulations.
So he is in a good spot right now, chasing the dream to get into FDJ. And I think he's in a good spot to in the series, in the championship too.
So drum roll on this one.
Yep, so the drum roll, and you guys might know who it is already, but let me go ahead and make it official right here. The winner here at the Bihoku Highland Circuit, Formula Drift Japan, FDJ2 Round 2, goes to the young driver driving the Awa Tire Racing S14 Sylvia, car number 212, Ryotaro Oe! Ryotaro Oe gets the win here at Bihoku Circuit, round 2 of FDJ2. And let's go ahead and congratulate the runner-up. Second place goes to Team Kazama JZX 100 Chaser, car number 75, Koji Nagase. Second place here at round 2, Bihoku Highland Circuit.
Congratulations. Definitely gave a run for his money toward the end right there. And we saw it right at the end, giving us right on the edge of the seats excitement. So congratulations.
All right, so maybe we'll hear a few words from the drivers. I will go ahead and translate it real time. Let me go ahead and ask Ryotaro Oe how he feels about this win, because he's a young driver, his father is in it, and now he gets the win at the first round. さあ、大江選手、 おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ここラウンド2なんですが、お父様も FD ジャパンに出てまして、この最初のラウンドに出てきていきなりこの優勝、どういう気分ですか？
そうですね、今まで大きな大会にほとんど出たことがなくて、しばらくドリフトもやってなかったんですけど、これに向けて今年始まるっていうので、今年に向けて車作って、みんなのいろんな人に協力してもらいながらやってこれたので、まずその人たちにお礼を言いたいです。ありがとうございます。
Alright, so he said that he hasn't really been in a big competition, and he heard that FDJ2 was starting up this year, so he did not, he wasn't drifting so much, so he came back to go and, or he wanted to come back to drifting. They built a car to get ready for Formula Drift Japan 2, and he said he had a tremendous amount of help by a lot of people, and he would like to thank everybody who helped him along to make it this far. So congratulations to Ryotaro Oe. Now this is round 2 for Koji Nagase, and now he makes it to the podium. I want to see how happy he is, and also how he stokes he's going to be going for the championship. さあ、永瀬選手、これがラウンド2で、初表彰台ということなんですが、チャンピオンシップも多分視野に入れてると思います。今のお気持ち一言、教えてください。
そうですね、練習で、予選は、ちょっと台数が少なかったということもあって通るのは確信してたんで、社長からは無理しないでまず点数を入れること、1本目で入れて2本目攻め込むっていうスタイルを取っていくってことで、コースも結構デンジャラスなとこなので、まず板金したりとか、車壊すことはまずしないようにっていうふうに言われて、雨降ったり晴れたりとかすごく難しくて、車と、ドライバーに求められることが多かったんですけど、本当にチームの方が多く動いてくれて、最後自分のミスですごいかっこ悪い走りしたので、絶対にやり返したいと思います。ごめんなさい。
So that really shows that he was really going for the top spot, but he would like to thank everyone first. But he said qualify and practice. He knew that there wasn't too many drivers to make it into the qualify to the game day. So he was told by his spotter Kazama, Auto Boss, you don't have to try so hard. So he just wanted to just get in. And he knew that it was going to be hard, and this is a dangerous course, so he had to watch out so he didn't have to damage the car and have to do any body work. But through rain and sunny conditions, it was really hard to adapt, and he started to turn it up, and he knew that the driver in the car had to be on par, and he knew that he had to try really hard, and he's really, really thankful that his team helped him out a lot, but he is really, really I think it really he eats him inside because that was a big mistake he made and he didn't want to do that. So obviously he shows you that he really, really wanted the spot, and better luck for him next time. Now this is a back-to-back podium from Mao Yamanaka, and he is probably head of the game almost. I'm not even sure, but I want to go ahead and ask him how he feels in this position. さあ、2戦連続表彰台、立ちました。そして、先ほどね一番のスポットを取りたいと言っていたんですが、2戦連続表彰台ということでまずまずの滑り出しと思います。それでシリーズなんですが、今多分上位の方を独走しているかと思いますが、その点今のお気持ち少し教えてください。
いや本当第一戦の恵比寿からずっと2位が続いてて、今回の単走もまた2位で、追走で絶対今回こそは1位と思って走ってたので、今回も2戦連続表彰台に乗れて本当嬉しいです。また本当いろんな方に協力していただいているので、都合でまたリベンジしたいと思います。ありがとうございます。
All right, so he knows that for the first round and the second round, he's been second for qualifying, and he was second overall from the last round. And he was really gunning to win this round, and he really, really wanted to win. But he's just really happy, and he's stoked to be on the podium 2 rounds in a row. And he knows that he has been helped. He would like to thank everybody that helped him along the way. And he said he would like to get his revenge at Sugo. And thank you, everybody.
Amazing job by all these drivers, and yes, like you just said, the passion that these drivers had, not only you could see in their driving, but just in their interviews right here. It's amazing, and it's awesome to see that. You know, this isn't just a competition. This is, you know, some of them take it more serious than that, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but I know the teams and the drivers, they should be proud to be able to make it this far because, I mean, making a podium, even if there's, you know, 20 or 30 or 40 drivers, being consistent and doing their best, getting all the way up to the podium is really, really hard to do. I mean, the concentration you have, and I'm pretty sure that since everything is everything is over now, they probably feel really relieved and their emotions really, really flow out.
Especially, especially like you said, the team, having the team and having that pride behind them. There's a lot on their shoulders and a lot on their minds. So, you know, these are prideful people right here, and they're so happy to be where they're at now. And to podium is an amazing job, but we do have round 3 coming up in a month and a half, so plenty of time to take a little break, but at the same time, stay on your A game because next round for FDJ and FDJ2 is going to be in August 6th to the 8th in Sportsland Sugo. So that's going to be very interesting for them.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting. And are we going to see Mao Yamanaka? Are we going to be able to see him on the top spot of the podium, as he said, because he wants to make a revenge? Are we going to see Kaneda back slaying everybody? Or are we going to see these new 2 podium drivers right here, Nagase or Oe, coming back with a very strong team and driving to Sugo? It's going to be really exciting.
It's definitely going to be very interesting because it is on the other side pretty much of the island. It's all the way up north. So a lot of these drivers that didn't make it to Ebisu, it's a little bit further than that, but that just means they just got a taste of FDJ2. So they know what they want. So we're probably going to see them there, and it's going to probably be a pretty competitive, packed course, especially with FDJ out there also.
Yeah, so like we see new faces on the podium, it's going to be worth a lot. It's going to be worth it for them to travel to the next round because, man, you don't want to lose any points to get on the championship, chasing the championship for the FDJ2 because this is the first round of, the first season of FDJ2. And who wants to be the first winner of FDJ2? I'm excited to see who's going to be on top.
I am too. So we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, we do appreciate y'all out there for tuning into us. I know some of y'all are like, oh, please just be quiet. We just want to see you driving. But, you know, we're doing everything we can. Everything's live, and we're making things happen right on a crunch, especially, you know, the language barrier and everything like that. We're trying to give you everything and anything that we can.
So in 2 weeks, there will be a Formula Drift USA, and it's going to be at Lake Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yes,
so that is a new location. Yeah,
Yep.
So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to be watching it from live stream just as you guys are. And don't forget to comment and check that out as well. But Sugo is going to be a couple weeks after that too. So that was a lot of back-to-back rounds that we had in June. And that's going to be a little break. So I'm going to be missing live drifting for a couple weeks.
It'll be a nice little break for these guys, but I see some heat coming for the next second half of this season. So thank you all once again for tuning in and watching. And, you know, we hope to see and hear from you in the future at our next round. So thank you all.
Thank you for tuning in, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and the rest of the weekend wherever you're at in the world. And until see you guys next time, have a great time and be back again for more drifting.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
モティ
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
モティ
The brightness. Call brilliant. Valendy.